surface, on the surface I look fine. My brain feels heavy, my traumatized mind. And I'm so tired, I can't feel my eyes. Whoa, whoa. I'm petty, but I know how to lie. I feel feelings that I can't describe. I'm not breathing, but I'm still alive. Whoa, whoa. But I think I'll be alright, 'cause I'm not giving up, I'm not giving up yet. I feel that it's my time, so I'ma give it everything. I'ma give it everything I got. So I'ma give it everything, I'ma give it everything I got. I'ma give it everything, I'ma give it everything I got. I still have hope. So many days have passed. I wait around for things to change, but change has not come fast. I'm asking all the questions, but then I question them. Like, what's the point of living, existing when you can't see your God in flesh? I'm looking for the answers, they say to pray instead. I think I'll find them one day, but with a helping hand. I know that it's not easy, but I believe I will. Yeah, I'll get over all my fears and really conquer everything. I think I'll be alright, 'cause I'm not giving up, I'm not giving up yet. I feel that it's my time, so I'ma give it everything. I'ma give it everything I got. So I'ma give it everything. I'ma give it everything I got. I'ma
Welcome to LXC.
Down in the rift again, where champions ascend. Warden league lights the night.
Give it enough time, they might, do like a quarter of each other's health bars. It's possible.
Coming out, landing on the Renekton and the Terra just help flipping away, having to pop that ult. That knockup from the Alistar, landing on 3. Galio going to continue the ult from the Zeri coming out. And the first to fall is going to be the Alistar. The Renekton finds themselves on top of the Zeri. Zeri dipping away, having to flash away. Gwen tipping into the fight. Is going to look to clean it up. That ultimate, huge damage on the side of the Gwen. Jinx able to claim one back, but that is going to be a Baron on the side of Ego.
They're gonna ult onto the Alistar.
He does connect the Alistar. Taking a lot of damage. Can't really find it. Sivir joining the fight now at 3 items. TP is going to come in for Yari, who is 10 feet away. Mundo gonna find herself there. I mean, trying to walk out. Zinsao can't seem to find it, but that is going to be a kill traded over on the side. Sivir almost untouched. Leona is the only thing there. The cleanse coming out, and it's just nothing that Ego can do. Leona losing half the health to the brand mode. The stun isn't gonna come out. Leona looking like she's gonna fall. The ultimate hitting 4 people. Rom looking the opposite way with the shield, and Rom might have just solo lost the game looking the other way with the shield.
Rising up, we'll take the floor.
Alrighty, welcome everybody to what is this, week 4?
Yes.
Week 4 Warden.
It'll be week 4.
Today we have our exciting matchup between RAWR, Street Logic, and Dropping Point BlackFrost. I'm joined with I forgot if I'm color casting or play-by-play, I'm not too sure, but I'm joined by my co-host Riley.
Hello. It should be exciting. At least that's what all I know so far. I haven't really kept up with Warden yet, so I'm just here to cast and enjoy some good games.
Yeah, and I mean, here in Warden, I mean, obviously going to be good. Last week was a pretty banger on stream. 3-game series. First game complete stomp, second game close game, third game complete stomp. So I mean, that's what I really look to in a Warden based game. But
And by the looks of things, RAWR is going to have a E-sub at mid this game.
yeah, Zilch is
So that will be a loss of 2 bans, maybe? I don't know how early it was put in, or what's going on with that.
Yeah, Talia one trick, it looks to be. But again, I'm excited to see what happens. I'm excited to see his matchup between these laners. Do you believe that the E-sub coming in, okay? Do you believe that the 500 LP difference between these two players is going to be a major point in if RAWR drops games or not?
I mean, I'm always an advocate in saying that your rank always doesn't mean how well you play. So
That's true. I mean, look at our team. So
like, it all comes down to the way that they end up playing around the lanes. So if this mid laner just plays like Galio, Talia, and like roaming Ahri, if they just play roaming champions and they just try to keep prio, then it should be fine.
yeah, so I mean, we're definitely looking to find those more utility mages in the mid lane rather than carry mages.
Whereas, I mean, that's pretty much the way to go against these high rank matchups. Nerves can come into effect, first game on stream for the season for, I think, both these teams.
And it also, this patch I know has been out for I think 11 days now, but even still, meta reads and everything can come into play here as well.
Yeah. Definitely, and I mean it's Warden. These teams have coaches, so.
Do you think we're going to see Aurora?
I would love
tonight?
to see an Aurora. I have yet to see an Aurora casting yet. I really want to see the higher elo play Aurora because I want to see how the champion is played. So, from my personal experiences running through this champion, and when I say running, I mean running. I love the tip. She's really cool. She's really confusing to play, and she has a pretty simple trade patterns, but she's really confusing to really pilot perfectly and to fight against. But my one trick counters Aurora, so I haven't really had too much of a problem fighting her. So
Yeah, I mean, it should be interesting. What else do we have? Well, how do you feel about DP BlackFrost? Do we believe that they are going to? So, what's the standings looking like at this exact moment?
I can take a look for you at the moment, but
RAWR is 2-6, and dropping Blackpoint is 4-1. So, do we think dropping Blackpoint is going to? Because we're 4 weeks in now. They have solidified their roster. They have their coach, and by the looks of things, they're doing pretty well. So if they win both these games, that puts them tied for first in the standings at this exact moment.
yeah. So I mean, DP obviously are now coming off of huge wins. Their bye week in the first 3 weeks. Kind of rough to have a bye week so early into the season.
I
But
know that pain.
yeah, you got to deal with it. But DP coming off of a lot of momentum and the chance to be tied for first place is definitely something that they want to fight for. But I mean, can't really always um, doubt the underdog. Always got to have something to fight for because now we're heading into that sort of portion of the season where you have to start stringing together 2-1s or at least 1-2s. You can't afford to really be 2-0'd around this point of the season.
Yeah, and at the same time, by the looks of RAR's past schedule, they've had a pretty difficult schedule to begin with as well. I mean, all these teams will most likely be difficult to play against, but by just standings wise, it looked like RAR had to play against Seneca Esports. They also had to play against Akuma and NLE. So not like not easy games.
Matchups. Yeah, not easy matchups.
But by the looks of things, they picked up 2 against NLE, I would assume. I don't know for sure. So but
Yeah, I believe NLE did lose their series against RAR. I might be slandering NLE's name. I don't know.
I don't know either. RAR Street will be using their final eSub tonight as well. So they are. This is it. Like this is the last one they can bring in. They can't bring in anybody else.
Yeah, and I mean, final eSubs being used on you is a lot of faith. There
Yeah.
might be a little added extra pressure, but I mean, I'm excited to see how he performs under the pressure, especially on stream. But I think it's really gonna come. I mean, honestly, truthfully, I think this game's gonna come down to the jungles. To be honest,
Yeah.
I think it's gonna matter how well these two teams mesh around each other, around the junglers and around those objectives. Vision has been a huge point in these type of game, or in at least this elo set of games, from what I've been casting. So I mean, dropping point have a lot of Pride has a lot of different champions we can play, a lot of adaptability. I've played against Pride before, not fun. Spear Queen, very good Nidalee player historically.
All I've heard is that this Nidalee is something to be scared of. I have a Nidalee one trick that I know that also has played against Spear Queen, and like all I hear is that there's still more that my jungler can learn from Spear Queen. So it's interesting to see what is going to happen with pick and bans, because does that Nidalee just get banned right off the hop? Are we worried about it? And
Usually the call for one tricks is you probably should. You
you
probably
never
should.
know, though. You never know.
It's true. You just never know. You give your gold for Yone his one trick, all of a sudden he wins a game.
I think that this matchup is also going to be by 80 carries, because by the looks of things, it's going to be very, very volatile and very aggressive players into it. You have a Varus Smolder player right now, that's what it's showing, but both love Samira.
Samira, yeah. I mean, if that Samira goes, truthfully, I believe Samira is super broken still. That might be my low elo brain working, but that champ's not balanced. And
You have a Samira Nyla player on one side, and you have a Varus Smolder player on the other.
yeah,
So I think this could be very, very volatile.
I mean, 3 of those champions are uber broken, and then one champion is the worst champion in the game. I don't think we have to think too hard about that one right now. Varus. But I'm hoping for an exciting bot lane duo. I'm tired of seeing Misfortune. I'm tired
But
of this.
at the same time, Misfortune's so strong. You can't not pick her if she's open.
Yeah.
And she fits in your comp. Like, Misfortune is one of the premier ADCs right now, so
Yeah,
I mean,
this Misfortune Seraphine pick or this combo is like Exodia in this bot lane at the moment in the meta. It's so strong. So
I'm also looking at the supports, because we have a Leona player like Leona Nautilus Lulu, and then you also have a Rel Zillion Karma Leona player as well. So very much diverse in champion pool in the bot lane. So this could like, if you get a hard counter pick as a support, it feels so good.
Yeah. I mean, definitely both supports coming out strong with their picks. Right, it's gonna be a rock paper scissors game. I mean, Leona gets picked, Rel gets snatched. Leona gets picked,
Do you
Renata gets
think
snatched.
there'll be bans towards them, or do you think it'll be more along the lines of banning out more one tricks?
We might see support bans. I mean,
Second phase, if it gets
yeah,
dropped.
it'll definitely be a R4 R5 before B5 type of game for supports. Especially since you're already working with 4 volatile picks, mainly for these ADCs.
That is true.
So it's definitely going to come down to, all right, who's going to have that support pick that can really manage to, 1, get around the map quick enough, and 2, get there. Because once one of those champions, one of those ADCs gets online, they can 1v2 just perfectly fine. I mean, Samira goes 2-0, she comes back with half a collector, or if Misfortune comes back with half a BT, then there's really nothing you can do other than just sit under your tower and farm. And then your support can run around the map. We were seeing a lot of that with Alistar, Leona, Rakan. All these champions are definitely able to get around the map quite quickly. And I mean, just run it down. So
By the looks of things,
they do have a
18
competitive
RAWR is going to be comp ruled, and they will be losing a ban.
So all 3 phase 1 bans are gone, which, learning from experience from yesterday,
It feels rough.
losing phase 1 bans are very hard to deal with. Phase 2 bans, not so much, because you have the core of your team pretty much set in stone.
So this changes a lot for RAWR and BlackFrost on how you want to pick your comp. Because now that you've lost 3 bans,
now you get the pick of your ADC, pick of your jungle, and the pick of your mid lane. or the pick.
So basically what just happened is that prio that you have on blue side is almost gone.
Yeah. Because you lose your counter pick in the top lane or in the mid lane. You lose out on your most important counter picks. Because truthfully, when it comes down to it, one tricks and comfort picks themselves, you're really not worried about a counter pick. Losing those 3 bans and then also being on blue side, you lose that final counter pick that could make or break drafts. And it feels bad, really bad. Turning this into a blind pick kind of blows.
It does. Sorry, I'm just trying to help them get in order at this exact moment. There we go.
Mid laner.
There we go. And
Best
now that both
AD.
teams are in order, draft should be starting relatively quick here.
Yeah, let's see if Draftlow decides to work today.
It
And
does.
it is.
So RAWR gets no bans.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
honestly, at that point, I think you just say, screw it, just drop the last 2 bans. Just
We
no
thought about
ban.
doing that yesterday. So
At that point, might as well.
as DP here, what are you banning? What is your ideal bans now?
Probably
Nidalee probably gets taken off the table.
taking away that Talia.
Nidalee, Talia, and do you throw a ban towards the bot lane, Samira? Because it has the person has 103 games on Samira. So do you think about it as you are drafting here? So the Talia first round gets banned.
I mean,
We saw that coming.
yeah, truthfully, I mean, since you don't have first pick, banning the Samira would be fine. If DP was on the other side on blue, I believe that you just slam the Samira and ban out another ADC, one of their other plays. You know
So
what I
I
mean?
don't know the full rule. So in second game, do they also lose that ban, or is it all back to where they only have to lose one? Okay.
So with the in second game transitioning to 2 per E sub, we're also gonna get that Nautilus ban coming out of DP,
There it
taking away
is.
support early on. Nautilus, unbelievably easy to pilot, stupid amount of utility and use for the team, unless your name is Mickey X.
He is very, very strong and very good into a lot of mages and enchanters. So I wonder if they're gonna look towards one of those type of lanes.
Yeah.
Ezreal Karma, anything like that. Lulu Jinx, Zeri, Lulu, Zeri, Yumi,
Leon
and
ban also.
Leona as well. So it leaves open Rel and Alistar as a handshake. Kaisa gets first picked by RAWR.
I mean, we
Very
also
strong, very
could see,
utility.
we also could see a Lucian mid with these bans. Lucian being probably the most broken pick on this patch, unironically. But
There we see Gragas, Ezreal locked in. We don't have a full assumption on where either of those two can go because one can be played mid lane and bottom, and the other one can play mid, top, and jungle.
and if you're weird, you can play it support. Truthfully.
Yeah. It's not the greatest though, so I highly doubt that's where we'll see it. But we see the Alistar being hovered. Kaisa Alistar, not a bad combination. I personally prefer the Rel, but maybe you look to ban it in phase 2.
Yeah.
Or preempting the whole Ezreal Karma and trying to stop it early in draft. Nidalee was not banned. Nidalee was left open for Spear Queen. Spear Queen takes the Nidalee.
Nidalee being super strong this patch as well. A Nidalee one trick is scary and as is, but this freshly buffed and changed champion. Yeah, it's quite a scary pick. Braum is going to
Be
work with
hovered.
hovered. Braum again
Gets
another
locked in.
super strong pick.
So
Now.
with the Ezreal Braum, assuming that's going bot lane, is so strong. 1Q and you almost have kill pressure instantly.
I mean,
Hit by Braum.
yeah, pretty much just comes down to now they can just press W.
Yeah.
I mean, they can just go straight forward and win the lane level 1, and it's truthfully not really a problem. if Braum lands out 1Q, then we might see a very early first blood.
We
we're gonna
see
see-
the Pantheon and LeBlanc and Lissandra now being hovered as a ban. The Pantheon obviously targeted toward their top laner. And now we see the Lissandra fully banned out to 3 mid bans, and Varus being hovered as a ban gets banned. So they're still scared of the Ezreal flex mid,
Mhm.
and that Varus ban can also go top lane. Varus very strong in the top lane right now.
Yeah, with this pick, we're looking to see Gragas top lane drawing out a ban. I mean, pretty much RAWR wasting almost 4 bans here. Really getting the use out of that Varus ban, and if that Ezreal goes bot lane, I mean, all 5 bans kind of hard to deal with. A lot of flex picks this patch. And we're gonna see the Viego slammed.
I personally believe that Viego is okay. I feel like into the comp that he's playing into though is very hard to get a reset.
Yeah.
Because the Alistar can just knock you away. We see a Ornn hover, Ornn locked in. So then Ornn is going top lane.
I mean,
We know
safe
that for
enough.
sure.
Yeah, safe enough blind pick. I mean, hey, season 3, Alistar. No. Ornn, safe enough pick. It's really hard to mess up playing Ornn.
Ornn, a good blind pick. You did ban out 2 counters just in case. And then the Corki being hovered.
The Corki.
Pretty standard draft by RAWR, I would say.
It's we're gonna see the Corki pick get finalized. Corki still super strong this patch despite getting nerfed 3 times. Champ's not balanced, right?
He's gonna get nerfed again next patch. Don't worry, it's coming.
Yeah. Woo, we're gonna change 5 AP off of the W.
Hey, you never know.
And a Lux.
Lux being hovered.
It is time to bring out
Holy.
the water jug, baby. The Lux R's are coming back.
So with this Lux pick, I actually really like it. I feel like it adds another layer of range to that comp, but it's very heavy skill shot reliant. So
Yeah.
that Lux needs to blow up the Nidalee, Kai'Sa, and Corki.
But I mean, with a team that wants to go into you, I mean, kiting away this RAR team is not going to be the hardest thing to do. I mean, the only person that truly wants to go in is Viego, but even that's not really going to be a problem if he sits and stays patient enough. Truthfully, I think I'm liking dropping points comp a whole lot more to RAR. I think RAR having to run into DP, especially around the objectives and around like brushes and stuff, is going to be unbelievably hard.
I agree. But at the same time, as a personal like Kai'Sa enjoyer, looking at the comp from RAWR, it's very easily executed. You hit your go buttons, you hit a spear, and you go.
I mean, I watched a Kai'Sa solo win a game with the W.
It is like Nidalee Spear plus Kai'Sa W plus Corki R is so much damage late game to the point where there's a point where that Lux Ezreal might not even be able to play the game. And with a pseudo frontline like Gragas Braum, I mean there is a way that even with DP playing like back and waiting for RAR to come into them, there is a chance they'd still just get blown up.
I mean, yeah. Again, I think it really comes down. I mean, once you get hit by 1 stun, you're just pretty much gone. To put it bluntly, you get hit by a Lux R or a Lux Q, you're dead.
I think a lot of it will come down to Braum Shield.
Braum Shield, yeah, definitely.
If Braum can stop the Ornn ult and the couple Nidalee spears in the same cast, then there's a high chance that most of RAR's engage is just gone.
Yeah, I mean, that's definitely a thing that could happen really bad. Braum Shield definitely getting a lot of value out of this team. I mean, you send Corki W, Nidalee Q, Kaisa W, or I mean, Ornn R can get reflected just as easily as well.
Yeah.
So I mean, you have to really pick and choose when you're going to go in as RAWR. RAWR, I believe, has a much harder comp to carry out because of how much they have to avoid out of BlackFrost or out of DP.
I agree.
DP is reliant on skill shots, but you kite out enough, you're going to hit them.
But I
And
also believe without a reset, it's gonna be very hard. If you don't get a reset on this Viego, like you have Ezreal Lux, you're gonna end up poking them. But do you have enough damage to get through the Ornn without Viego?
I mean, I think it really comes down to ignoring the Ornn and just playing that poke. I mean, once you get it low enough, all that Viego has to truly do is R Q auto, and I mean, the damage
Collector
coming
will
off
do
of-
the rest.
Yeah, I mean, it'll really just be once Lux and Ezreal poke out, and the Gragas pokes out the squishy members of the team, or an Alistar being the exception, but Viego's not looking to take those bodies. He's looking to take these carry champions, and with these carry champions being quite squishy,
Oh, I like what Sphere Queen just said in the chat.
Spirit Queen channeling her inner Yankos.
What do you mean? There's this man named Canyon in the LCK? I don't know if you've heard of him.
Canyon doesn't miss.
Canyon
Yankos-
never misses.
Canyon or Yankos misses, but they're all zoning.
You don't need to zone them if you just hit every Q.
Yeah, I mean,
Cosplaying Canyon. Good.
so we'd like to hear. That is what we like to hear. Best jungler in the world at the moment. Because
You guys look like you're running a comp that Genji would run, so I hope we get to see you execute it just as well as they do.
Let's see Zilch has come out with his Chovy CSing. That's what we'd like to see.
Exactly. And for DP, they look like a comp that T1 would run, unironically, other than the Lux.
Yeah, definitely. Even, I mean, that's Carrier's champ right there.
Yeah.
But with this final pick coming in, predictions are out. Go ahead and bet your channel points away. We thank you for joining us in week 4 in our first Warden match, and we'll catch you guys after the break.
pleasures come, we must never stop the way. Yeah. Birds jumping and I hear my name, grasping into a life. Life is happy but it's so insane. We must merely make a start. Savannah, I'm coming home. Savannah, we'll never be alone. Savannah, the beauty of the world. Savannah, let's all take a roll. Savannah.
Welcome back.
This guy interrupted me.
What
No.
do you mean interrupting you? You're a play-by-play. Be quiet over there. So by the looks of things, we have RAWR setting up a 5-man bot and dropping point going with the classic 5-point.
You know what's funny? I've yet to see a team actually pull off a successful 5-point.
Everybody always thinks 5-pointing is just a lost art, and I mean,
this jungler mid has to be switched. I mean, that's the art of the 5-point, you know?
but it's close enough.
Yeah. I mean, the Ezreal could be topside. We could be seeing a lane switch. Boring, but we're not. So.
Exactly. Nobody wants to see a lane swap anymore. It was so MSI.
It reminds me of, like, you remember Funnel Yi?
Yeah. Rom getting a deep ward into the Raptors. They do see the Q though, so they spot him, so they should know that the vision's there. Kaisa and Alistar trying to hold Pixel Brush. Alistar's just gonna sit there and wait. Braum blind Qs into the bush. Had a pretty good feeling though that Alistar was just sitting in there.
I mean, Alistar not pulling the trigger, I mean, as quick as he really should have, no? I mean,
well, you do just lose hard level 1, so I don't blame the guys for not pulling the trigger.
Yeah, that's true.
We see just your standard trading pattern out in mid lane. We do see dropping points jungler going pathing bot lane, and the RAWR's jungler pathing top. I personally, if I'm RAWR, I'm having my jungler path bot lane here. But
Level 2
we got a
now. So you
level
engage-
2 and stop by Braum Shield.
Yeah.
We will be seeing a lot of that. Oh, the
We'll see
Corki
that
just
dude
jumping
run.
on Lux.
The auto going in. The E taking away from the Lux. Lux, about a quarter health left. Level 2. Corki, I mean, coming out strong. We're going to see the Viego maybe wrap around. Corki might find himself into trouble. That W is not going to be up for another 5 to 10 seconds. We're going to see the Viego going in. I can only see off the map. Viego's stun does seem to land, but we're seeing a top fight as well.
And Corki saves the flash. Does proc Dark Harvest for Lux, but does have his W up in time.
We're going to see the Alistar coming in for the stun. The stun coming out from the Braum. The Q's hit. The Ignite starts ticking away. Braum gets knocked away.
Alistar's in a pick.
Alistar seems to fall.
Viego's on his way down as well.
Viego's on the way. The
Braum
flash
is forwarded. Ezreal Q goes wide.
And we're going to see a 2-for-0 trade. I mean, the misplay from the Alistar knocking the ignited Braum away from the Kai'Sa, stopping maybe a kill trade for the Kai'Sa. But that's going to be a kill for the Viego and a kill for the Ezreal.
But we do have to note that they still didn't use a flash.
Yeah.
So Alistar's down flash, and now Viego's also down flash. I think the Viego didn't need to fully flash, but maybe trying to stop the Kai'Sa from flashing away.
Most likely.
But both sums held by 80 carries, so we probably won't see too much happening left in the bot lane. But you never know. Nidalee up here in top lane, coming over to cover.
The Q does land. Nidalee switching to a reform, getting the combo off, jumping, looking for more autos.
And mid lane, Corki's getting 3-man.
The Viego maybe looking for a stun, gonna leave. Again, that Lux being quite low. That TP coming out from the Corki is going to use that flash in that gank attempt. But I mean, ultimately, going to be in a lot better spot. Orin looking for the engage. The stun from the Gragas does land, stopping a lot of trading from going in.
You have to be really careful with brittle procs, because Orin's brittle does a lot of damage.
Yes. But Orin's also got to realize that the Gragas passive is quite strong. But we're going to see another combo trade in from the Gragas. Gragas being a little low on mana, but both, I mean, Orin might find himself in the lethal type soon. Pretty soon. A pretty high stacked wave coming in. Not sure Orin really wants to trade in this wave. I mean, the minions taking away, the autos coming through, the grass proc coming in, the flash coming from the Orin with the level up means he is going to survive. But, I mean...
For how much longer?
Yeah. I mean, the Gragas level up should be coming up soon.
Here. But Corki's here.
The Q does land.
Knock up.
Going off. The Q does going to land. The final auto maybe coming in. Gragas is still alive. Maybe looking for a little bit of healing. Can survive one more auto attack. But that's about it. Wasting a lot of time from this mid lane. Lux able to get that shoved in. Gragas wasting a lot of Corki's time. Despite Corki securing the kill. I mean, I think that's worth. That's a good death.
Also good to note that in that 3-man play mid, Corki did have to waste flash. Burn flash, not waste. So now it's a flashless mid laner. And if they have the timer right, this Viego's flash will be up before Corki's. So maybe we see a punish there as well.
You know Kai'Sa more than I do.
Yeah.
Kai'Sa passive and Braum Shield. How's that work?
Not well for the Kai'Sa.
It removes it. It takes action, removes the damage.
Yeah, the damage negate is still very, very high. We do see the dragon being stolen away.
I mean, that is a stolen dragon and a kill for the bot lane. So,
this Alistar never flashed. He just ate it. He just took all that damage and didn't want to waste his flash. Maybe trying to see if he could stall the dragon long enough, but he did not notice that mid and jungle were already collapsing. Nidalee going in on the bot lane here.
The Q shift over. The stun is going to come out from the Braum. The heal from the Nidalee is going to come in.
Barrier.
Maybe try to get a kill. The Ezreal, he misses. The stun does come out. The barrier, the flash. The Q targeting the Braum. The Q misses once more. Oh, my. The Viego looking to maybe clean up, maybe find a way.
Kai'Sa gets a double.
Another double. I mean, now we see Viego being zoned up by the Alistar and trying to make his way through. Not going to be able to.
Oh, good stop on the stun.
Kai'Sa's going to look.
Nice W. Nice W.
That is a triple kill for the Kaisa.
I think a little overstepped by the bot lane of DP.
I mean, I think that play goes over just fine, but Ezreal Q's not landing when they should. That's going to be a big wave that might crash. Yeah, it is going to crash. Ezreal is going to catch it, but it is a great turnaround from the bot lane of RAWR.
It looked so good for DP. They had the stun onto the Nidalee, they killed their off, and it just turned out to where the Alistar death timer came back in time.
R is going to land. Corki losing all of his, 3/4 of his health in the trade is going to take the minions as well. The E is going to connect. Corki in a very dangerous spot. Going to have to find himself to back real quick. Nidalee is going to start up the grubs.
She takes the first one down now.
She did claim the second one as well. So
and the third. So you get a grub for Dragon trade. You would have loved Dragon and grubs. But better fight. Alistar goes in here in the bot lane.
Braum Shield eating up most Autos coming through. Alistar ult is going to be popped. The E is going, or the W is going to connect onto the Kaisa. Looking to continue that. We're going to see some trading in the top lane. The Q, the grass proc, another Ezreal Q is going to miss. Wishing upon a star.
And this mid lane was just looking more and more rough as it goes on. You were just outranged.
Yeah, I mean, levels 1 to 2 is probably Corki's best bet. I mean, with this Spectre's cowl onto this Ornn, trading with the Gragas is no biggie. I mean, you're not going to take any damage. You're going to do a stupid amount of damage. The
Gragas ult
is going to connect. He is going to trade a little, get that grass proc off, and walk away. You know, Gragas things.
Bot's being pushed in still. Viego is wrapping into the bush of a bot lane.
You see a bot lane gank coming in. No,
we do have a Nidalee in the area.
E forward.
That should give it away.
Grass proc is going to connect. It's a lot of the top lane matchup this time around. He is going to miss the double grass proc going through. The stun into the minions, you know, taking a little bit of damage, you know. Gotta do what you gotta do. And now as the game slowed down, we might see some action in the bot lane with the Viego backing, but with the game slowed down a bit, what do you think these two teams want to look for right now with the game perfectly even?
I would look to try to get as much gold as you possibly can on Lux and Ezreal right now. I would try to make the roam top if you need to get a couple plates. Like, at this point in the game, I would just put that Gragas in the bot lane and try to farm plates and just try to pull RAWR across the map. And for RAWR's side of things, I would love to see this Nidalee get active. I feel like Spear Queen has just been very, very quiet, it feels like. So I would love to see the spears start connecting and we start to like make some more plays down on the bot lane. A big Gragas ult coming through.
Into the turret, not gonna find too much damage. It's gonna be a small trade. The stun is gonna land for another grass proc. Really, Gragas' main damage in this matchup right now is that grass proc. So, but I mean, with Nidalee, it's back to your point. It's kind of hard for her to gank all these lanes. No, I mean
that's why I would just force bot because this Kaisa is so far ahead. Oh, we got an Alistar running in.
Gonna take 2 turret shots for it. Not too much. I mean,
big Ezreal ult.
The flash is going to come out from the Nidalee. Viego looking to maybe find the rest of the damage, getting the extra auto attack. The Alistar knockup does connect. The Ezreal is looking for the kill.
And they pop the Alistar ult.
That's right before Dragon 2, so this looks like it's going to be a secure on the side of DP for second Dragon. Ocean Infernal, very...
I will say the strongest person on the map right now is this Kaisa. With full Kraken Slayer, like, you are primed and ready to do damage right now.
Yeah, I mean, she could turn this whole game on its head. A WR could land.
TP coming in from Lux, just to secure. Oh, Braum ult.
Gonna miss the flash, having to come out to dodge the ultimate. Nothing else is gonna come out from that, but that is Kaisa flash down.
And Alistar's real flash as well. I'm pretty certain.
Alistar's flash as well. That's 2 flashes down for nothing.
Now you're kind of looking just to scale a little bit more with your Corki. You need that Ornn to get beefier. So slowing down the game, we might see a Nidalee take one grub. Alistar is moving up to it right now, and Brom's still in the bot lane. So maybe you get all three. I would be kind of concerned about this Lux, though. This Lux looks like she is going to be hurting. She has Luden, she's got Dark Seal. Gragas, his first item comes through, and it's Abyssal Mask. And Ornn's is Hollow Radiance. Then you also have both boots spot for supports. And Corki's still waiting to finish an item.
Lux is going to take a grub, as Lux does. The Q is going to land. The E coming out is going to get that extra damage. The passive from the Lux doing quite well. The Ornn trading turret shots for a plate. Looking to continue his
Viego's
trade.
up here now.
And Viego is going to come up looking to find the
Missed
E.
stun, though.
Q does land. The R is going to come out. Ornn trying to look for maybe a little bit more time being bought. The kill does go to the Gragas. And I mean, that's 5 grubs over to the side of RAWR.
But you do lose your top laner for that.
You do. It is just an Ornn.
Alistar just canceling the Lux's recall. Kaisa looks like she could be in a little bit of a danger. No flash.
No
Recalling
flash.
in that bush is very greedy.
Braum,
I think they just pulled the trigger.
That Q does a lot of damage from the Ezreal.
He does have full Triforce now. Viego opts for Sundered Sky on his first item as well. Nidalee still waiting to complete her Liandry's. We still have Corki waiting on Triforce.
We do have the Sundered Sky from the Viego.
It's a lot of damage and a lot of healing.
Wow.
Ezreal is... Oh, another trade in the top lane.
Usual brittle procs and the grass procs into stuns and the slows and the...
Just a wet noodle fight, really. But Ornn does come out on top of that. That Ezreal damage is absurd.
Champ is not balanced.
Lux now just has the free will to perma push lane. Another Q lands, another R lands.
The R as well. I mean, that's instantly like that. The E is going to also hit. Corki is now in lethal.
And that Luxar comes back up in about 40 seconds, so...
Not even. And E is going to spot out the Italy. The Q is
You
going to
look
land onto
for
the
a
Alistar
turn
as
here.
well. You could.
Gragas E
Alistar
fails.
is dropping down. Alistar ticking
Rumble.
down even further. The
Good
Gragas
ult.
is gonna connect. The Ignite is put onto the Gragas, but it's not going to matter. The Ornn knockup is going to land, but what a flash E from the Gragas hitting the Nidalee, having to jump over. Viego predicting it with his R. Braum blocking the Ornn R, and just like that is going to... And we're going to see a trade in the bot lane, leaving both the ADCs down at a quarter health. Ezreal is in a little bit of danger. The E forward into the Q.
Oh!
And it is just going to be a just perfect 1-for-1 trade.
And as the Ezreal there, I feel like you're a little more on the happier side because you just got an extra 150 gold.
You got a shutdown, and I believe he got the wave before it did end up falling to the turret. So, I mean, with the wave being in an even state, the Viego is going to crash the Herald in top lane. It looks like first turret is going to go to the side of DP and to this Gragas.
Now, does he drive it? Does he drive it? That's the real question,
Now,
not by the looks of things.
Gragas finishing Abyssal Mask. Not the best item here.
But it recently got buffed.
Yeah, but with its passive, what magic resist is he really stopping for his team? Ezreal E? Or Ezreal W?
Ezreal, WQ, Lux.
That's true.
So, I mean... Oh, Lux finds another binding onto Alistar, who's overextended here. One more auto and he's stunned, and now he's just CC'd. Has to burn his flash, and dies.
Yeah, simple. I mean, just like that, Alistar gets caught out once again. The flash is going to come out from the Viego. Viego
Oh.
doesn't know how to play Alistar, but he is also going to land the thing. The Spirit is going to connect onto the Viego, but it's not going to matter. I mean, Viego dual-wielding recurve bows. He hurts.
I mean, you also just have to imagine that's a free kill if he just combos correctly.
Yeah, but I mean, you know. Nobody plays Alistar.
I do.
Not junglers.
They do trade top tower now, and now they are looking to trade on the dragon. This Alistar flashes in.
Alistar is gonna come over with Hex Flash. I mean, super tanky. Not
Horn
taking a
TP
lot
down.
of damage. Turn is gonna come out. The Kaisa
Diego gets
autos coming
one
through,
shot.
shredded. I mean, this is gonna be a double kill for Kaisa, and it's going to be an instant turn onto the dragon. Thank you for the leash DP. Dropping the ball, not able to get that fight going off. I mean, it's gonna be see a TP from the Lux. Lux not being a part of that fight.
Hurts. It hurts.
Not good.
Same with Ezreal as well. Oh, we're
Ours
looking at a
is hard
dive
out
mid.
here.
Good
I
Alistar
mean-
combo.
We're seeing a ping pong getting the stun isn't come out. Alistar taking more turret shots, looking to find the kill. Where you're going to see a flash coming out from the Nidalee to secure that kill.
And
it
the
looks
Lux flash though. Oh,
this is
Ezreal and Kaisa are going at it again.
like going out once more.
Oh,
and
it's a
Kaisa with the barrier
good barrier.
I mean, with that, RAWR seems to have crawled their way back once more. I mean, a direct even came after a 3K gold deficit.
I mean, you also just have to give props to the Kaisa there. I mean, that's just an outplay. Knowing your limits, knowing you have R, knowing you have barrier, and this Ezreal just didn't react. Didn't respect the damage that this Kaisa is bringing.
No, I mean, it's a sneaky amount of damage sometimes. I would know. There are a lot of times where I've gone after a Kaisa and he's just one-shot me.
I will say that now that we have 2 items completed on the Gragas, he has Fimbulwinter. And then you also have Locket of the Solari coming in on Braum. Alistar still yet to complete an item. Kaisa now picks up Rageblade and Heartbound Axe in the same back. So her Q and her E is now evolved.
Yeah, it's a lot of damage. It's a lot very slippery now. A lot of damage. She does not seem like she's going the route of the W evolve.
Not yet, at least.
It'll be what, 4-5?
Mm-hmm.
Ezreal is going to field goal. The red buff is going to go to the side of DP. Ezreal is going to connect. The Qs can't seem to connect from the Ezreal. We're seeing a trade in a bot lane between Corki and Gragas, but not much happened. The Q is not going to land. The Grass Proc is going to go off. The autos are going to come through.
Grassfog does a lot of damage.
Gragas is going to... I mean, this Gragas Q is not landing onto the Corki. Corki getting a lot of free trades. The Q is going to connect. The E ticking away. Auto's going back. Corki trading phenomenally. The W is going to land onto... The stun is also going to land. The Q is also going to get sniped. Lux getting one shot by 2 abilities. The stun is going to come out. The QW combo does miss. We're seeing a lot of skirmishing. RAWR trying to continue their...
And I will say, RAWR has choked the vision out of the map.
I mean, RAWR
Running as this 4-man, and they're just starting Nash.
I mean, it's taking out fast. 20 minutes in. I mean, it's already at 7K. It's been 3 seconds, RAWR. I mean, this Kaisa's shredding through it. 3K, going 2K. The R is going to come out. We're going to look for the steal. The steal does come through. VL looking to maybe try to find a kill as well. Does not find it. The Qs are going to connect on the side of DP. But, I mean, what happened? No flash came through. It went down to 700 before a smite came through.
Yeah. They played the game of chicken, and Viego finally pulled the trigger.
Qs are going to land Kaisa in a very dangerous spot. Ezreal does not have that ult available, but I mean...
It'll come back pretty quick.
Yeah. DP finding a way, I mean, after getting smothered, the vision being taken away, I mean, look at all that vision, and Viego was still able to get into that pit.
I mean, that just has to be a brain lapse on the support plus top laner. Because if you just need to take that Viego out of the pit. Like, if you hug that wall with Warden, you can just eat all as he goes to do anything.
I mean, definitely. I mean, especially like that. I mean, or at that point, I mean, by the time he got into the Baron pit, Baron was in smite.
Yeah, you just gotta hit the smite button.
Yeah. No reason to burger flip. You guys won the fight. Viego is going to hover in his E Shroud. Not much is going to happen out of it, but looking to posture for this drag. Hextech drag could be bad for DP if RAWR stacks all 4.
So, more items coming through. We have Zeke's Convergence on the Grogist, Wit's End on the Viego. We have Manamune now finishing the Muramana for the Ezreal. And we have Terminus, which I don't know about if that's what you should be buying, coming in on the Kaisa. And we have upgraded Hollow Radiance now as well for the Ornn.
I do not believe Alistar has clicked the B button. So he is still sitting on the same items he was 5 minutes ago.
Hey, it's rough out there for supports. Oh, Corki gets caught. Corki might just get blown up.
I mean, he's now at a quarter health. Dragon is coming up now.
Ezreal coming through. Corki can't reset.
I mean, Lux zoning off as much as she possibly can. So much damage and utility coming out. The Dragon is going to get started.
You missed from the Ornn? I mean, I just don't see how you ever get into this pit now.
And I mean, it looks like Soul Point is going to go to the side of DP. I mean, with huge utility, like we said at draft, this Lux being able to poke out. Ezreal being able to just throw Qs over walls. I mean, this is the way DP wants to play. They weren't playing it before, but they're definitely playing it now.
And I will say that this is an amazing dragon for the side of DP. Having Hex Tech Dragon on your side as well. Like, you could have had Ocean, which is also good. You could have had Infernal, but I would say Hex Tech is honestly one of the best for this comp with a Lux and Ezreal on your team.
I mean,
that slow is just going to secure almost every single skill shot. Ezreal trading into Kaisa. Bot tower goes down. And Ornn now just solidifying himself top.
Yeah, I mean, with the tower going to the side of, Ornn taking turret shots, doesn't realize it, taking away half health. You eat those like breakfast. But
he has to reset though.
He does. His DP reclaims their gold lead, about 1.5k up. Just waiting for it. I mean, now these teams just have to wait for objectives to come back.
And now we see the Horizon focus completed onto the Lux. We have upgraded Ginsos for the Kaisa, and Alistar is still sitting on garage sale components.
Alistar has clicked the back button.
Oh, he finally bought Warmogs. Just same with Ornn has also completed Warmogs. Nidalee has completed Zonya's Hourglass. But at the same time, I mean, I just feel like you're just outranged now as Kaisa. Your Kaisa might be fed, but if you get hit by one QE, like one Q from Lux, you're just dead. There is no outplay. You get hit by Q, you are basically one shot.
Yeah, I mean, but I've also seen a lot of misplays when it comes down to people overestimating that Kaisa W into the ultimate. So that's also a very scary thing if set up right. DP reclaiming vision on their side of the map. They are going to claim the Ezreal is going to claim the Raptor, but I mean the game has slowed down once more. Both teams trying to just shove waves, leverage waves.
And if I'm in this game and I am DP, I'm enjoying the fact that this game state has slowed down. Getting more items on my Ezreal and Lux, I would be ecstatic, as some would say.
Yeah, definitely not having a fed Kaisa ramming her AP down your throat. It's definitely, I mean, and she is going to pick up that Seeker's Arm Guard as well. So now she has access to that stopwatch. Looking to go into that, Zonya's is enough AP for her W evolve?
It is. I would also say, as a Kaisa main myself, I would have probably opted to go for AP a little earlier just because of the range. I think... Oh, Gragas engaging on a Corki. Alt's down.
The autos are going to come through. Not much damage coming out from the Corki. Gragas is just eating.
Ezreal ulti.
Gragas
does miss the Corki.
Does finish stacking that Fimbulwinter, so quite a lot of health on his side of him. Gragas is going to get hit with a knockup, but again, not a lot of damage. It is just two wrecking balls bouncing off each other.
Dropping point here, I'm kind of leveraging my power now and trying to get this mid-tier 1 open. Because you need to open up the map more. It's making it very hard to secure vision lines. Nidalee gets rooted.
Nidalee's one shot. One shot. I mean...
And that's Baron. Unless like you can manage to pull them off of it, this should just be a free Baron. Kaisa will trade it for tier 2 mid. That's it.
Isn't coming through the mid lane.
Gragas does get the TP off.
Find it. The Alistar
but I think Gragas might just die.
Gragas is going to get stunned up, and he's just going to get one shot. Well, I mean, there's a little bit of overstep from the side of Gragas. You do lose one Baron on the side of your team, but it is a tier 2 and a kill to the side of Kaisa for Baron.
I mean, Soul is coming up, so this team fight might just determine the game.
I mean, at this point, what are you looking for RAWR to try to get back into it? Like, you lost all control.
I mean, you just got to have this Kai'Sa to free fire. I mean, Kai'Sa is going to complete that Zanya's with that tier 2 and that kill. I mean, I believe that kill gave her just enough to finish her Zanya's. So, I mean, being fully evolved and with that stopwatch, just in case she ends up accidentally getting hit by a root or a stun, Kai'Sa might take over the game right here.
Ezreal also completes Sphere of Shojin now. So that is a lot of cooldowns. So he can almost after every 2 Qs.
Passive is gonna be popped on the Braum. No,
Trying to fight for vision. I mean, it's just a lost cause to try to fight for vision here.
Thought is gonna land a lot of damage coming out from the Ezreal, having to pop that Alistar ult. The Q is gonna land onto the Nidalee once more. Nidalee is going to get one shot. The Zanyas is gonna come out. The dash misses. The Ornard is gonna come in. Blocked by the Braum.
Viego takes the reset. Viego has reset.
Viego has resets in the back. The Nidalee or the Viego doing a lot of damage with that Nidalee body. Gragas is going to claim another kill. Ezreal is gonna chase over this Ornn.
At 1 HP.
Kai'Sa having to pop that Zanya is looking like she is going to fall as well. She is going to flash barrier.
Gragas looking.
Gragas does find it, grabs the shutdown itself, is probably just going to walk out of here without a problem. And dropping point, losing no one.
A 4 for nothing. And get Soul, and they have Baron. They could just look for an end here.
Yeah, I mean, I've seen a lot of oppressiveness, quite a large wave. 4 caster minions and a turret. Corki looking to try to maybe clear some of that, but you know, caster minions are a bit tanky with Baron.
And Dragon now secured up for dropping point, and that is Soul. For RAWR, I would say your best bet now is to try to get more items on your Corki. Your Corki is only at 2 items.
Items and Elder at this point. I mean, you got to play to 34 minutes, and if you don't make it that far, then you just lose. And if you make it that far, you better hope you have another item or 2 on Corki.
You need that IE. You need that RFC, like on this Corki, or this Corki was just gonna get one shot. Lux is almost probably getting very, very close to death cap. You have Titanic Hydra completed for Viego now. You have Vamp Step and Pickaxe picked up for your Ezreal. You have Jack Shows now completed onto Gragas. And the only thing that they have to answer with on the side of RAWR for items is Blighting Jewel.
Yeah,
on your Nidalee.
Poverty League of Legends feels quite bad, but I mean, we're seeing
Corki's just gonna get dove.
He's gonna get rooted as well. Rooted up, stunned out. Braum is gonna take that tower, and tier 2 is gonna fall just like that. I mean, RAWR trying to maybe find a way to trade something for something, but I mean, at this rate, it looks like
Ray tracing against this Gragas has too much wave clear, too tanky. You can't get through him.
Kai'Sa is gonna get her back off. So is the Ornn, but this turret
TP coming in
is gonna come out. Nexus Tower is gonna reach to half health.
Kai'Sa's almost one shot.
Kai'Sa is one shot, and the ult is gonna come out.
Gets blocked.
Q is gonna land, but it's not gonna do much damage. The dash in from the Ornn gonna come out. Huge Ezreal.
Ults under the tower.
Keep going, looking to find the stacks. Braum does not fall out of munitions, out of time, and RAWR is going to look to lose game 1, and DP is gonna head into
another Lux.
Lux Q does land, and the fighting doesn't stop. And just like that, DP taking the game, 7.5K gold lead, and I mean, after quite a messy early game from the side of DP. I mean, quite a messy early game for the side of both these teams. But
I mean, you have to give props where props do. That Lux put in a lot of work.
Yeah.
Same with that Gragas pick. That Gragas pick started scaling really hard into the mid game.
Yeah, it just sort of seemed like that Kai'Sa got oppressed to that point. I mean, despite being, at 9-3, she had her moments in the early game, but all in all, I mean, Ezreal got his items up. Gragas took no damage. Viego took no damage. I don't believe you, again, like we said, trying to run into that team comp is just almost impossible. Ornald's never going to get through. The Corki's never going to be able to get to that back line or shred through the front because he can't anymore. Nidalee Qs are going to get blocked, or if they do land, they're going to land on somebody that's not going to take much damage. I mean, all in all, DP just had truthfully, a much easier comp to play.
I will say, being so short ranged as an AD carry into this game, like you have to play almost pixel perfect, and the fact that DP did a very good job at like minimizing the damage that Kaisa could do in the mid game, I would say is pretty amazing, to say the least. But as the side of RAWR, I mean, you have to clean up the mid game, because I feel like you made too many little mistakes and losing too many objectives. Like if you would have gotten that Baron, it would have been a completely different story.
Yeah, losing that Baron was a huge swing for the game. I mean, being able to stop a push on a team with a lot of momentum, that tempo killer is crazy.
Even just securing it, that's all you needed to do. I would love to go look back at it, but I don't know.
Yeah, it's a little hard to watch.
I believe we
But
do we go right into draft almost.
I believe we will soon enough. Draft wise, what do you want to see RAR change up? What do you want to see?
Well, I would love to say that they could change up a lot, but I mean, still having that 2-ban loss from e-subbing is just, it feels so hard to play.
Yeah.
So I feel like they got a draft that they could have used, but at the same time, I feel like you need to look towards jungle more. This Viego did so much work for their team. Same with this Lux. Like you ban Pantheon and Varus, and you get one extra ban. So maybe we get to see a little bit more diversity, but getting triple ban in mid, double ban in support, I mean, you're just pinching somebody's pool so hard that it's really hard for RAR to draft.
And it wasn't even just a normal it wasn't even just a normal Pantheon Varus ban. I mean, Ezreal Gragas was picked 1-2.
RAR chooses blue side, and you now have to believe that, like, what is your prio pick now? Like, do you look to pick away the Ezreal? Or do you look to change up the draft completely?
I mean, ADC wise, I think Kaisa was perfectly fine. She just got oppressed by, I mean, her team comp not being able to support her in the way that DP's was.
And you have to think picking Ornn into Braum is just a no-go now.
Yeah. We're going to see the Talia ban coming out. DP probably going to continue their same idea of drowning out this mid laner. Zilches. Getting thrown off with comfort isn't fun. Especially when you're facing somebody a lot higher ranked than you.
500 LP difference.
500 LP difference does make a difference. Trust me, I know. I lost 800. That's a story.
So, but as RAR, what is your one ban?
I don't know. It's too many problems on the side of DP where you don't know.
You see the Nautilus Talia get banned out again, just like last game. So I wonder if you target the Varus ban. So that's saying that most likely they're also going to look for a Kaisa in that realm again.
See, the problem is with the Varus ban, I don't think they have a good enough read on this meta. I believe Varus is one of the weakest champs in the game in general, and just not a great ADC at the moment. I mean,
but that Varus could be played top. So I don't blame them, but they're going to opt for the Kaisa lock-in again.
But Renekton.
And they just enter it again with Gragas Ezreal.
Gragas Ezreal's going to come back out. We're seeing the same 3 picks. We're going to see RAR maybe tries to switch up here.
Do we think they go back for the salty run back?
I mean, we might see it, but I also think that might just be a bad plan in general.
So do you chalk it up to in-game mistakes then at that point, or do you? Oh, we're seeing Lux hovered on the side of RAWR,
RAWR maybe thinking like, hey, we saw what you can do with the Lux, simple enough to
and they
play.
locked it in.
We might see a Kaisa Lux, maybe a mid Lux here too. I mean, again, Lux very oppressive. I personally think Lux is a super strong mid lane pick still. She hasn't been touched in over like 2 years, and she's been strong for who knows how long.
But if you're BlackFrost, like, don't you? And a Viego.
I mean, you just lock in Galio, no?
But as BlackFrost, you know how to play into the Lux. At like, so does every other team. But I mean, you just, what do you do now?
I mean, obviously, Slam Volibear is the answer.
Volibear, very strong champion, very oppressive, very like early game heavy. So he is looking to make plays.
I mean, he hits 6, and you're not safe under your tower. You'll die every time. RAR, I've got to look to see what to ban. I mean, Gragas, Volibear could be
Orin
jungler.
ban does come out.
I mean, DP probably suspecting that the Braum ban is going to come out. So,
There it is.
yep.
I really love the Braum ban. I think Braum is very strong into the meta support champions right now. Like, so now you have the free will to lock in Alistar or Rel. I would take the Rel this time. I feel like Rel is just so strong when when Leona, Braum, and Nautilus are all out of the equation. I think you should be taking Rel over Alistar personally, but I know Alistar's a very good answer into Rel.
I mean, I believe if you, I mean, truthfully, I think if you see the
No,
Rel come out,
DP's calling them out. They're saying if you don't ban Rel, we're picking it.
but also, I mean, you see a Rel, you just play Renata, no? I mean, on the side of DP, if I mean Renata gets picked, RAR kind of gets shredded.
And Deep RAR might just say have the Rel. They are opting for it. Have the Rel. If you want it, we have an answer.
And I believe if I believe DP should give up the Rel pick and just slam Renata. They have enough tank.
Renata Ezreal's really hard to play though.
Yeah, but
It's
they
I
better-
mean you could say that this Ezreal's still going mid.
seeing the switch between the Rakan and the Rel. I mean, either one could work. The Rel is going to be picked up this champ. I mean, Rel, we all know, super oppressive. A lot of stuns, a lot of CC, a lot of slows, pulls, knockups.
Very good with a volley bear.
I want to start sounding like Showmaker.
Now, what are you looking to pick up on the RAR side? You see a set hover now. I wonder if that could be played support. Just like I know who he's special. He loves set into Rel. I'm gonna assume it's probably top lane, but there's a chance.
The double jug, the prophecy.
And now you look for your either support or top again. It's same thing.
With the set true damage on the one side and the Lux fuel goal on the other.
It's a Lux support. They lock in Syndra mid for the side of RAR. I wonder if that's more comfort.
I mean, comes down to it.
Oh, an Aurora. We see an Aurora hover. Lock it in.
Give me the Aurora.
Lock it in. I would say it would go really well with their comp, though. I will say that. We're going to get a swap to Ari.
Not the other Vastian.
I will say this matchup is very Ari favored.
Yes,
And
I
you have so much more roam potential.
with my recent experiences with Syndra, she's super weak at the moment.
But do you think this is RAR just going to comfort for their mid laner?
I believe so. I mean, the mid laner not losing all of his picks, able to actually choose something of his.
Now we're gonna see set into Gragas. I wonder if that's any better. I know there's a lot more damage now. Like you can trade heavy, and that W does a lot of damage.
Yeah, I mean, also especially, I mean, being able to stop that Gragas E coming through, with your E a lot more reliably than Ornn's, and then get more damage off of it than Ornn's Clank, can
Very true.
really
Very true.
be the difference maker in that matchup. Set.
I wonder if this Kai'Sa now looks towards more AP. Because when you lock in Lux support, you want to play more around that W.
Yeah.
And it does not matter if a tank is in your way. That W will still shred them.
And as we wait to get into game, draft opinions. Who won?
I much more prefer DP's draft. I think Rel plus RE plus Volibear is just is gonna be so strong in that mid game. I feel like with an Ari ult into a Charm into a Rel stun into a Rel ult into a Volibear ult on top with your Ezreal and your Gragas eating forward, like the amount of CC displacement they have is insane. But I will say on the side of RAWR, with the Syndra knockback plus the set ult, you do have enough space. But I will say you are going to run into that same problem where my Kai'Sa is outranged. You still have an Ezreal to run sitting in the back line. You're still gonna have to chase down an Ari. You still have a Charm coming your way. You still have a Gragas that's gonna be jumping like onto you with an ult. Like you are going to. It's still harder. But if you lean towards the more AP side, you might be able to just not interact and just play poke. What about you? What's your thoughts?
I personally, like you said, I like DP's draft a lot better this game as well. We could see a lot more power on the top side of things from this set, but I don't think that's going to be enough of a difference maker with this DP team. Rel being able to keep that set away from her team, Viego getting shut down by the Rel again. I mean, Volibear and all this aggression coming out. I mean, again, DP has a much easier comp to work with. The ability to go in and out perfectly enough. I mean, it's hard to get picked with DP's comp.
I will say there's always that Viego reset. If you snare one into a Syndra stun into a set E, I mean, into a Kai'Sa auto W auto, I mean, they have a lot of single target damage.
Yeah,
if you
very
blow
true.
one up, you can just chase in.
But it's also hard to itemize against DP. I mean, Gragas has 2 different builds. Volibear has 27 different builds.
I'm gonna assume we're gonna see like the Sundered Sky one. I would say. What of the Volibear? I don't think he opts towards that Roa Jack of all trades kind of build. I feel like that's a lot harder to pull off in the jungle. So
that is very true, especially when your item spikes are so dependent on early game to get those objectives. Rod of Ages doesn't spike very hard.
not right away, at least. It'll eventually kick in.
It'll get there, but that's 2 dragons by the time it gets.
But I will say we have a lot of roaming potential in this mid lane. I am looking at this Ari. I am looking to see how well you can pull off those roams, because you will have push 1 through like, I think it's like 1 through like 11 almost. So how well can Syndra play with the wave, and how well can Ari make sure that she has first move?
I mean, Syndra has the wave clear to do so. She's just gonna have to shove, shove, shove. Ari is also looking to shove to maybe roam to those other sidelines. I don't think we're gonna be seeing a lot of freezing, or if the other side of the play is freeze, 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 and make sure your team knows that Ari's moving and don't get caught.
Now, does Set take Flash Ignite or Flash TP? Personally, I don't mind the Flash Ignite here to try to get a huge solo lane lead.
Yeah. I mean, but also, I mean, to shut down this Ari from roaming, you could. I mean, as Syndra, as Ari tries to go through, if you find that stun, the Viego is in the area, then Ari could just get shut down, and there's no roam potential when you're dead.
It's true.
I mean, the gray screens kind of sucks. Best CC is indeed death.
Although I'm very excited to watch Kaisa Ezreal again. I think the way that it played out last game was so fun and interesting. So I'm ready to see those level 1s, level 2s, the trades, the kills. Let's hope that RAWR figures out how to minimize that early game death and maximize the fact that Kaisa could just get 3 kills again. Bully Bear is very squishy early game.
Yeah, but once he gets that.
Anytime you want. I'm good whenever.
But with that, we'll see you after the break. We're gonna head into our match 2. Predictions are live. Go ahead and gamble your points away. Soulkeeper just took all of mine once again. Thank you for joining us, and I'm excited to see you guys in match 2.
It's like I can't believe I'm the one that she wanted. And if I'm really being honest, I know I could be everything she needs if she let me get on it. Yeah. So come here, baby, listen close. Hold me tight, don't let me go. Girl, you know that I'ma want you all my life. But I got so much left to do, except for falling in love with you. So I'ma let you keep me up another time. But please don't stay the night. Don't try to change my mind. Baby, please don't stay the night. Almost do what's right. Don't make me ask you twice. Oh, don't stay the night. Don't try to turn it to a fight. You know I love you by my side. Just don't stay the night. Almost do what's right. I'm done being polite. Oh, don't stay the night. Would you be waiting? Find you. I'm used to waiting. Are you? Would you be waiting there too? I'm used to staying. Would you? Would you be waiting? Dopamine when you send pictures. When you send pictures. Dopamine when you send pictures. When you send pictures. Would you be waiting?
Welcome back, everybody. I might have said it about 20 seconds too early, but it's okay. We see an interesting 5-point out of RAWR. Why? I don't know what this Lux is doing. I guess trying to stop the level 1 cheese, but I feel like that's just a waste of a word.
Arcane Comet did connect.
Yeah, but I mean, it's 46 seconds into the game. Ezreal could say if he really wanted to and just heal up.
That's hard. That's a mental diff.
That's a manifold proc though. I'm pretty certain it is. It's a manifold proc.
Yeah, that's a dub.
My mid
It's
laner
GG's.
always yells out every time he hits a manifold proc. So I mean,
It's GG's. That's 5 mana.
that's 5 extra mana. But this Lux still does not have a lot of mana. He costs 90 mana or 110. Sorry,
I actually don't know how much extra.
70 mana now. It used to be more. Is that max rank? I assume then.
Probably.
Yeah, max rank is 110. So at least I'm not too far off.
Yeah.
We have First Strike on Syndra, Conqueror on Viego, Conqueror on Set, PTA on Kaisa, and Arcane Comet on to the Lux. We have Aftershock on Rel, PTA on Ezreal, Electrocute, which is very, very strong right now, on Ari, Press the Attack on Volibear, and Comet on Gragas this time instead of Grasp. I'm assuming he's going to believe that he is just going to have to sit back more this game than he did last game, which makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, definitely looking to find more poke in this matchup. You don't want to be hand to hand with a set. You just will.
He gives you the hands. There's a difference.
You will consistently lose.
Lux Binding does go wide. Ezreal Q connects twice onto the Lux. Set is running at the Gragas again.
Lux using the most broken skin in the game. In my opinion, players should be banned. But
and using the best ability in the game, which is her E. Hard to miss. Good trade coming out of the Syndra. Just hasn't taken a single point of damage. Big W at a set. Looking to crash this wave. Both junglers passing towards bot side. Like they should have last game, in my own opinion. But, so they are matching each other's clear to the T. So what I do see a lot of junglers do is if one gets spotted on a ward, one will run directly to the other crab. I think you should just flip the crab fight. Be more like C9. But we see how well that goes for them. So
I mean, Ollie not opting to take his blue buff at the moment does spot out the ward. Is going to look for a gag opportunity. The flash coming through. The stun is going to land.
Does come through. Rel's flash comes through.
Lux had half health. The stun is also going to land into the Rel. Rel is just blown up. That Kaisa pass is doing quite a lot of damage.
Ezreal, you are not Realm anymore.
The flash Q is going, or the flash E is going to land, and the Volibear is also going to fall as well. Ezreal looking to try to trade another one. Kaisa stacking their passive. looking for a dive here. Maybe might be a big mistake.
Ezreal
It is
gets a
double kill
double.
for an Ezreal as well. Or we see a
Oh!
wish upon a star. He wishes he had
I
that kill.
respect the effort. Because you can
Can't
cancel
be
the animation.
It was a good try.
Oh, Kai'Sa's dead.
Guys,
Straight up
just one shot.
W into Ignite.
You know, sometimes it's just how things go. Ezreal 2-0. Gonna come back with a dumb amount of gold.
All sums from jungle, ADC, and support are gone. This
And
Lux is
Lux
just overextending.
It's overextended. Maybe looking to try to buy enough time for an E to come out to find the kill. I mean, that's the third kill for the Ezreal. Ezreal is now 3-0. Gank is gonna come out from the Viego. Double flash on the top lane. Viego maybe look for a kill. I mean, Set's going to be able to get this wave shoved. Volibear is right here. Maybe looking to find some damage onto the Viego. Viego at half health, taking down Set. Might just fall if he shows up.
Gragas
Gragas
Q?
finds his way down too. I mean, Volibear winning that trade out. Both top players are going to have to back.
That is the early
up.
power of press the attack.
Yeah. The rune's not balanced. Play it on Yone and you win every lane.
Ari hit 6 first.
Alright, looking to maybe find somebody out in the jungle, get a little bit of vision. Maybe you can find a cheeky ult.
So, looking at this early game, I mean, it's messy. It's scrappy.
Yeah, but, I mean, look at the comps.
And you have to just say that it favors DP.
I mean,
You have that Volibear and Ari. Like, your early game is so much stronger.
And then especially with the 3 kills going onto the side of the Ezreal, I mean, what can you do in this bot lane anymore?
Like, he reset. He picked up
Carl
Call. He
is
picked
gonna
up.
land with the Gragas. Gragas is going to land all of his abilities. The stun is going to come through. Maybe looking for the kill, leaving him as 1 health. That health potion actually saving his life. Set is going to have to back, or he's going to get hit by a straight Q. The electrocute proc is going to go off with a W. Gragas might look to find a tower dive here. He is. I mean, he's just dead. He's getting creep block though.
But you look at the item difference now. Like, you got Sheen, you got Cull, you got Tyr on the Ezreal. Now you only have Recurve and a Longsword on your ADC. Both mid laners opting to pick up Darkseal. And then you have also boots onto the Rel and only an Amp Tome on the Lux.
The dragon is going to get started up by Volibear. It's going to be a pretty free dragon. I don't think it's going to be too bad of a thing. I mean, you can't really contest with this. His Ezreal is quite strong. He did opt in for the Cole as well. Alright, with the trades, getting the electrocute proc off. Not a lot of mana to try to finish the kill. Cinder low in mana as well. Set's going to look to maybe to proxy a wave or two. And as the game has slowed down from our 1 kill per minute, we might see another fight at Grubs, but until then, I mean, mid laners still need a back. Bot lane, or Ezreal needs a back. He's pretty low on mana.
Bully is resetting, probably going to pass straight top here. Viego does find his way to Grubs first. Does have a little bit of a faster clear. Volibear did waste a little bit of time down bot. Ezreal looking to reset. Voli does get his reset off, and he picks up a Tunneler. Ezreal probably going to reset and buy components to Heartbound Axe. Viego has 2 long swords now and a Tunneler, so he is up in gold against the Volibear.
I mean, with that, I mean, both mid laners farming at 9-10 a minute. Nothing much more to expect. I mean, it's just a auto shove lane. Both champions trying to find the Roiser on the map as quick as possible. But
I mean,
I will have to quickly dip out for just a second.
oh, well, looks like I gotta do it. As he goes, Viego is gonna look for the gank, misses the E. We're gonna get the punch off, the double stun, the knock up into the split. Viego is gonna get tossed into the volley. Volley ult is gonna come out. Viego about an auto away. The flash bite is gonna connect. Viego is gonna fall to the volley bear. Volley bear going 1-1. The E is gonna connect to the set. The set is gonna take the Gragas W, and the set W is going to miss. Gragas and Volleybear are going to trade for their 1-0, half health on the set. That Gragas passive doing quite a bit. And we look to bot lane. We see a bot lane wave stacking. W is going to connect. We're going to see a dive coming out from the side of DP. It looks like they're just going to disengage. The set is going to land the ult. Going to flash the QE combo from the Syndra. Going to hit the Q onto the Ari and Volleybear. And they're just going to be able to just disengage. I mean, TP down from the Syndra, and Ari will have TP advantage in the next 15-20 seconds. But how do you think the game state's going, Caden? Oh, I think it's going quite well. And sorry for interrupting you. The R is going to connect onto the Kai'Sa. But as time slows down, trying to we're going to see the Viego is going to find himself caught out a little bit. The charm is going to miss. The Q is going to miss as well. So is the E from the Rel. The stun from the Volleybear is going to connect as well. Is going to connect. Ari looking for more of a play. The Ari misses another charm going to the left of the Syndra, looking to find a little bit more damage coming through. The Q does connect. We're also going to see another 1-for-0 trade onto the side of DP. Volleybear claiming a second kill. The stun is going to land. The W coming out to throw the Q. The trades coming through. Ari could look for lethal here. With the flash charm, is going to find it. And the electric proc going to finish off the Syndra. And that is a solo kill for the side of Ari. You see a little bit more trading onto the side of, in this top side. Gragas being able to hold his own. Is going to land the ult. Going to maybe look for more. Going to land the Q as well. And just like that, no objectives on the map. Wave is even in the mid lane. Set's looking to make. Gragas is going to miss the E. Going to take an extra turret chop for it. But is going to heal it up in the next couple of. Just in the next minute or two. Grubs is coming up around the same time as Dragon is. And we might see another trade for Dragon 6 Grubs. Ooh, sorry, hiccups. That's not good. See the Viego hovering bot side, maybe looking for an early gank to try to get a free drag out of this. And we're seeing a pretty large CS deficit in the top side. Gragas, all lanes pretty even. Junglers breaking out, Volleybear breaking out a little bit with the Viego dying, but nothing too bad. But around 20 CS, the stun is going to land onto the Ari. Not much is going to come out of it. The E is going to also land the slow, not being able to slow Ezreal enough. The R is going to be easily sidestepped. More plays. Volleybear is lurking. We get a flash ult E. The Q does land onto the Kai'Sa. Kai'Sa looking for the ultimate, does find it, get the shield. The Ezreal does connect onto the Kai'Sa. The Kai'Sa barrier does pop in the top side. We also are seeing a set ult coming in. The Unstoppable is coming out. The stun does land onto the Viego. Viego not knowing what to do. The flash is going to come out. Not much is going to make. The Viego is going to find a kill onto the Volleybear. The Volleybear is going to fall. Another Q is going to whip the Syndra. The charm is going to be flashed by the Syndra. And we're also going to see in the top side a solo kill from the Gragas, who, from the looks of it, was able to just eat the ultimate. The QE is going to land. The extra stack is going to come out to the Syndra, and Gragas is going to enjoy his nice, sweet tower plates, while Dragon is not going to be started up by either team, with both the jungles following. The sidestep on the Kai'Sa W is going to go perfectly fine. And we are back to normal. A little bit of all chat banter. Lux forgot to take her schizophrenia medicine today, decided to QE a brush that she thought was moving, killed an innocent family of rabbits. Seeing some banter in the all chat. Rule 34.
A. No chat. Kaisa could find herself a little bit caught out. The Q is going to land as well as the E jump, and Kaisa is just going to get one shot. That is going to be another kill onto the side of the Ezreal. Ezreal now 5-0, completing that Triforce. Ari completing that Malignance. Kaisa only with the Kraken Slayer, but with the Kraken Slayer nerfs, it's not going to be much to the Ezreal because Triforce is just that good. The Ezreal is going to connect onto the Syndra. Not going to find anybody else. The Charm is going to try to be thrown. Lux is found in the mid lane, trying to get a little bit of wave pushed off. The ult to maybe spot out a dragon or maybe steal it. You never know. But that is going to be Cloud Drake onto the side of DP. DP continuing to build their gold lead, up 9 kills, up 3.5k. The E is going to miss, but the stun is going to land. Gragas, 2-level difference, is going to be able to walk out. 30 CS difference in the top lane. This Gragas performance on the side of Sheesh Ribbon is unbelievable. The stun is going to land. Kaisa is going to be stunned up. Can't do anything about it. The E is going, the W auto is going to land. Kaisa is going to be able to walk out. The stun is going to connect onto the Volibear. Volibear using the shield to stop the damage. And just like that, it looks like the tower in the bot lane will fall and go to the Ezreal. Ezreal, very, very rich at the moment. Maybe looking to complete his boots on his next back. Maybe more for his mana immune. While on the top lane, we're also seeing a couple more trades coming through. And my co-caster is finally back. I've been yapping for...
I know, I was listening. Nice Lux ult coming down just to clear the wave. In bot, this Gragas is just trading very easily into the set. So from what it looks like, this Arya has completed Malignance, has 6 stacks on Darksteel. Volibear has completed Thundered Sky. Gragas has completed Aroa. The set is still sitting on 2 long swords. Viego has now completed his Sundered Sky. Syndra has Archangels almost completed. Kaisa now has Kraken Slayer and Pickaxe, which means Q Evolve has been accessed. Lux has Alternator, and Gragas got pulled in under a tower but didn't take a single tower shot, and Set just uses W to clear the wave. Now the Rel has Merc Treads, most broken item in the game, and now we are back. Volibear looking to engage onto Viego, gets the smite down, gets the slow, completely procs PTA within a second. Viego gets caught, Gragas flashes, Viego flashes over, ults out of the wall. Ari still looking to chase, Q does go a little bit wide. Bot lane looking to push out the lane, Lux R does connect onto Ezreal, and they now are looking to push towards the tier 2 while the Herald is being taken by DP.
Yeah, and welcome back. Pizza delivery came through?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. But as the game state is sort of, the Charm does miss, looking to find that trade, but as it's going through, that Ezreal R is going to miss onto the Kaisa to maybe cancel the back. They're still only up 4k gold despite the 9 kill deficit. 2 dragons, 2 towers. RAWR's got to find a way back into this game, and with how strong this Ezreal is, it's kind of hard to maybe get it. Maybe you have to just wait for the Syndra execute to come through. But other than that, I don't truly believe there's a lot you can do.
Red buff share does go over to the Kaisa and Viego. Kaisa now finally deciding to show her presence in the mid lane. This Ezreal damage is heavy. Mana immune almost stacked.
Yeah. Coda's showing an absolute masterclass on this champion, by the way. Jungle Pet is going to be complete. Viego is going to find himself caught out once again. The ult is going to connect, and Coda is going to find himself his 6th kill of the game. Viego falling 1 in 5.
Ezreal is looking unkillable.
Coda wants to go home. Coda wants to go to bed. East Coast, it's 9:40.
I mean, if you're RAWR right now, you're just looking to maybe try to get a little bit more gold, maybe try to complete your Rage Blade on Kaisa, and try to get your second item onto your Syndra. Syndra getting engaged on by Gragas a little bit. Top lane scuffle. Ari ult has been popped. Does not matter though. She has Malignance. But it is right before Dragon. So might matter a little bit. Gragas ult will be up by Dragon. And it looks like all carries will have flash. So this should be an interesting right. Herald being placed mid lane, probably to get them so they can walk into the river a little bit easier. Because if you're RAWR, you have to go answer that. They're cracking this mid tower a lot earlier than game one, which I enjoy. Ezreal is the one getting into the Herald. That is always a scary thing, but he gets
Never
out.
gonna end. Volibear is going to be able to get out of that as well. Drag is going to spawn Chemtech this time around. This is the LCK. I've seen this dragon way too much on stream. Soulkeeper, fix the game.
It has way too much airtime. Please get rid of it.
Or give me old.
Give me the mist. Oh,
Kai'Sa.
nice trade in the mid. Unlucky you didn't get that one auto attack. They are. It is like watching G2 all over again.
I mean, Kai'Sa being able to get out of that predicament, getting tracked down by 4 members of DP. I mean,
It's just
a-
like playing against G2. You target your carry. Oh, okay. We'll all show up.
well, mess with the bull, you get the horns.
And Dragon going to go over easily to the side of DP.
But if there's one thing I've learned, it doesn't matter if the Ezreal is fed, it could end up in a kill. Another charm does land into the left, but it's okay. Faker missed every charm in his finals appearance last year. You can too. And with this game finally slowing back down, only 1 kill in the past 5 minutes, which is crazy because we had 12 of them in 4.
So if you're RAR here, you're looking to scale up a little bit more, maybe get a nice Baron flip, maybe return the favor from last game.
I wish I could know the Syndra stacks. I cannot tell.
You can. Syndra has 91 stacks at this
We
exact
are
moment.
going to see a disconnect come out from the Volibear into a Fnatic pause.
This isn't a Fnatic pause though. Fnatic pause is for headphone issues. There's a big difference.
Well, we'll be here for the next hour. I'm going to take a quick nap. If you want to take us to the caster desk so you guys can watch me nap.
But we'll take this time at this exact moment to talk about RAR. What do you think they should be doing right now to get themselves back in the game?
RAR really need to find a pick onto this Ezreal. They need to get the shutdown gold onto their carries, whether it be the Kai'Sa or the Syndra, and this Syndra needs to hit the execute threshold now. And that's that once that execute threshold comes in, that's how she's going to find that pick onto the Ezreal. And from there on, you will be able to swing the game. You've also got to claim the standing gold on the map. The objective bounties are up, so you need to find a way to get those objective bounties in either baiting forward to a side lane or just bashing your head into a wall and claiming it under a death.
I think you overforce the side, honestly. Like, you go to this top side with 4 or 5 people, and you be the first ones there, you can force that easily. And then you could also look for a maybe pick onto Volibear or onto the Ahri. So then you could get a pick onto one of them so you can start Baron. But if you're DP, you're just looking to hold these side lanes until you feel comfortable enough to make that advance. You're basically just looking for a pick into a Baron start or you just go to Baron and bait it. Clear out all the vision and make them walk into you.
Yeah, pretty much. Definitely look for just a pick, maybe a cheese, like a brush play. I still have no. I don't believe I have any confirmation. Yeah, so jungle just DC'd. Kai'Sa reprimanding the Ezreal for typing in all chat.
We'll get back from last one, so.
It's only
But I
fair.
mean, You look at this, you look at just the game state itself. I mean, you really just have to favor dropping point here. They played this game very well so far, and let's hope that this jungle DC era doesn't actually matter too much. Hopefully he comes back and they just go back to being seamless. You never know. Sometimes a break can just take out all the momentum that you had.
Now, I do not know the ruling on how much time a team has.
I believe
Haven't
it's
played-
5 minutes.
It
Could
has
be
been
wrong.
uh,
10 minutes
due
now? Okay.
to projection. It is 10 minutes. I mean, CP has 4 minutes to go. Before
Well,
it auto resumes, correct?
the voice in my head just like talked to me. I mean,
All right. So, as we wait our final 4 minutes, hopefully the jungler can DC or not DC can join back.
he is
Uh,
DC.
Yeah, I do have my new episode of Critical Role on now. So they have 12 minutes to wrap up this game.
I mean, if you look at it right now, it's just. I mean, I don't even know if the execute's going to be enough. Because he has barrier, he'll have flash, he'll have locket. I mean, you'll have to find a wonder pick, and he has E. The amount of distance this Ezreal can cover in a blink of an eye is insane.
Yeah, it seems definitely very hard for them to get onto this Ezreal, and that's why you need that execute. You just need to be able to click R onto the Ezreal and have him just die.
He does have 208 AP right now, so I mean, kind of strong.
Yep,
With
just
first rank gold as well.
9 more stacks and poof.
But at what cost is that Ezreal pick going to come at, though? Is the real question. You could blow him up, but if you're so far up where it doesn't matter, and you still get just like you have to run into that Ezreal. That Ezreal Qs have been landing almost every single time this game. I have 2 more minutes left before the game just resumes itself. Do they know the ruling on that? Out of curiosity.
It's just an auto resume. They should know the ruling. But I'm
I've yet to hear the reconnected, so they're getting mighty close to the cutoff. What can this happen when I needed to run away?
Yeah.
What's your opinions on Cassante, Caden? Do you think he's still broken? No.
I think when they changed his W to be less skill expressive, he became really clunky. He was still very strong, but I can't play that champion now because the way his W works is just really annoying.
And then, how do you feel about the next patch with Syndra, Azir,
Not to be a tinfoil hat man, but Riot's only buffing those champions because T1 is not playing well.
I think Riot's buffing those champions because they're trying to shift ADCs out of the meta, personally. But
there's other ways to do that. Like, I mean, solo queue. I mean, you guys playing solo queue will not like to hear this, but assassins have needed a tune-up for months.
no, they don't. They can leave them alone.
That role is so that subclass is so garbage. And as we do our final countdown, and we're gonna get an auto resume coming out. We're gonna see a 4v5. There is a Baron up. They could leverage this time.
They could just go straight for Baron, like turn straight Nash.
I mean, time is ticking. Tick tick tick.
We are below 20 minutes.
I was gonna say it does say 1953 on my screen, so comp rule question mark.
Somebody go yell at the teams.
That's not our job.
That's why I said somebody.
15 question mark. He's coming out of the Gragas. I don't know what's gonna happen now. Alrighty. So we're getting an unpause now. So we did the Volibear return? Do we know?
Did not hear anything.
It will be a 4v5. So if you're dropping point now, what are you thinking?
To be honest with how strong this Ezreal is, I don't think it matters.
It might though. Like, I mean, you have to think about it. That's a key part of their front line and burst.
When the game coming back on.
I mean, if I'm RAWR, I might just say let's start Nash.
Yeah, we could see it.
Oh, this Ezreal is being very aggressive. Lux finding
really
missed.
Huge ultimate coming out from the Rel. Rel taking no damage. The Ignite coming in with the shield barrier being procced. The Viego is going to go into a fight, and my client froze. Oh, it's
We're
back. Viego is going to fall. The Flash R coming through. Ezreal is going to get himself a double kill. The ult is going to come out. The Seraph shield is going to come in.
You misses.
Looking to find his way through, being very.
Syndra?
He's going to land. The Syndra is going to find the minions are going to
eat
the damage. And Ezreal is going to find himself a triple kill. Ari's going to find herself a kill right now as well. But, I mean, in the game
what
state,
an explosive fight, though.
Ezreal going in and initiating that.
It is crazy.
And that whole fight could have been turned if he just hit that one Q.
He spent too much time on trying to kill the Kaisa because he missed a Q.
Can't miss those Qs. But Volibear still nowhere to be found. Looking for the cereal box in the kitchen. Got a little hungry.
Hamster said that it was time to be done for the day.
The ISP decided to go, nope, no more league.
So, with the 4v5 coming out here, I mean, it's all now just riding on how well this Ezreal can play.
Yeah, I mean, if he can hit the Qs, he can win the game. But it also comes down to, I mean, Syndra has her execute now.
And do you change your build now as a Gragas instead of going full AP?
Now you should lose your main tank, your second main tank in the game. You're gonna have to. I mean, that right.
And here comes the Bears start. You have no smite. You have to fight.
The Syndra QE is going to miss. The Gragas ult is going to connect, throwing the Syndra back into the game. Ezreal being a little bit far back. The Ahri ult is going to connect. Malignance is going to kill the Lux. The ults are coming out. Syndra is going to get blown up. Ahri deep in the middle of it. Shutdown is going to go to the set. Ezreal is going to claim a double kill, looking to continue fighting. He's going to eat towards the side step
the Q goes.
W. He can continue going. He's looking to keep his stacks. Maybe hitting on the Gromp. Going to take it. There is no Baron. They can't do Baron unless that Viego is dead.
You look to get tier 2 here from mid.
Exactly. I mean, with that, I mean, code approved.
Do you just forego objectives now, and do you just fight them? You say we are stronger, we will fight you.
Yeah, you're gonna have to fight
try to.
You take a team wipe. Honestly.
Until you win the game here. Like, you just say, I'm stronger, I'm gonna fight you now.
I see the cheese books. It looks like Viego is gonna find himself getting caught out. He's gonna sidestep everything else. Ezreal is gonna E forward, and he's just not gonna be able to do anything. He's gonna burn as well. Coda finds another kill.
Oh, big Gragas ult.
Gragas ult is gonna find it. Going to miss almost everything. Lux is gonna be able to walk out. Gragas super low. Syndra does claim her kill. TP is gonna come in. Ahri is gonna find herself in the set W or the set ultimate, bringing it back. The Ahri ult is gonna come through. Gonna have to flash the ultimate.
There's the execute.
Syndra execute coming through. Coda gonna have to find his way to kite. They're looking to maybe turn their way to
Baron, no, they're just gonna claim the tier 1, maybe find their way. Coda doesn't want to stop this fight.
I think this Ezreal can wipe all 3.
If they've played correctly, there's nothing they can do. There's no Cinder ult, there's no execute, there's no ults on the side of RAWR, and Coda's just so strong. 12, 1, and 4, 3 items completed.
But with all this, with the DC, this Viego now has now is almost ready to complete the Wit's End. Set almost completing Sterex, I would assume. It's almost a full death cap onto the Syndra. Dragon being taken now by the side of RAWR. Ginsu's finished, and now going into Nashor's Tooth. Lux has completed her Ludens, but the biggest thing right now is that Ahri is getting closer and closer to items. Her 3rd item, Ezreal's coming up on Bloodthirster soon, I would assume.
I hope so.
So, I mean, you gotta fight your way through it now.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, you just all random, all mid, and just go. I think you just bum rush that tower and try to end the game in a fight.
You can't let them have Nash. That's the biggest thing right now. If you have to fight them.
I mean, it's only a K gold lead. Those fights being able to turn all the standing gold on the map, usually getting pretty taken. So, I mean, 12 kill deficit on the side of DP. Coda.
Oh, Ezreal.
Take out the set losing a quarter of his health. Looking to clear vision, maybe start up this Baron whenever. Rel hovering the Ezreal.
And here we go again. RAWR's right back towards that Baron side. Locksalt comes through. Doesn't do a huge amount of damage to Rel. Just kind of annoys her.
Rel just ate it. Not a problem. Ate every
Kaisa
single bit.
W onto the Ahri.
Gragas playing tiptoe with the Q. Gonna get hit by the QE combo. Ezreal missing his QW combo.
The Kaisa now has full access to all her evolutions. So if one W lands, you have 4 seconds to wait for the other one.
Yeah, that's gonna do a dumb amount of damage.
As it should. And here we go. RAWR right back at this Baron. I think if you're RAWR, you're looking to turn.
Yeah, but Baron is falling quick. I mean, 6,000.
5K, 3K, 2K.
Coming out. Viego having to flash, not be able to do anything.
Wait,
The huge.
this could be
ult
the fight.
land. Set falling down. The stun does connect on the Ezreal, but there's nothing that anybody can get to. I mean,
You
just
need
like
to end
that,
it here. This is the point.
You have to find the rest of your thing. You gotta push. You gotta push. That top wave is very dangerous for the side of DP, and with a miracle fight, Baron does go to the way of indigestion. It does go to the way of RAWR, but that is almost another full team wipe. I mean, you have the Lux that can just clear waves every 15 seconds, but somebody's got to eat that turret.
At the same time, are you sitting here as Syndra and Lux scared of being dove?
I mean, the flash is down for the Gragas, but that doesn't matter. He can just go through, and there's so much tower shred from the side of DP.
They are going to forego the inhib because Viego is respawn and Kaisa's respawn and Set's respawn. So, now you look for another fight. You have to be scrappy. The Ezreal is 400 gold away from BT. So you're looking for that item spike. Gragas gets caught out here.
Ult does come out. The XQ does not land.
The Syndra is dead.
And it looks like Viego's going to join him next. The Unstoppable does land. Coda
Can
is
they
just
end?
looking-
Can they end?
Find another one. Does get rooted up, but there's nothing you can do.
Oh, Kaisa does trim the wave.
Coda woulda, shoulda been killed. I mean, he's just, I don't know.
He's a monster. He's a monster. He has BT in base. I mean, assume this Ahri also has death cap in base. Like, you are sitting at a 4-item Ezreal, a 3-item Ahri, and a 3-item Gragas with Rod coming at you.
Wally Bear sitting in base, waiting to complete his item. And I mean, this is looking to maybe be RAWR's final stand. I mean, you have to get on Coda or you have to one-shot him. Syndra not using her ultimate to the way it should be.
I mean, she's trying her best. Like, she's ulting 2 targets that she has to, but the Ahri is just always the one in her face.
Yeah.
Set now gonna push in on side, using that 4v5 advantage. He has Hullbreaker.
W is gonna stop the back. The ult is gonna stop. Set's gonna claim an inhib tower, unless they can find a kill here.
They need to fight now.
The charm does land, but Ahri is
They're disconnected. This set might just end the game.
In the game in a second, Coda's gotta find a way either back or to kill the entire team.
Gragas is gonna TP. Gets cancelled.
He's gonna come out. Set, if this fight doesn't end soon, Set's just gonna win the game.
Ezreal's gonna look to reset.
Set, no minions close by.
Ezreal does stay. Ezreal could 1v3 these 3.
I mean, as long as he stays away from the stun, he could find his way. The Q does land. He does E-shift away from the stun. The Kai'Sa is falling soon, but the shutdown's going to come through, and just like that, this game might just have found its end. Set trying his best to kill the Gragas. Gragas not being able to, flashing the R. Gragas looking to finish the kill. The E does come through. The W cast slam, and just like that, Set is going to fall. I mean, Gragas barely saving the game. Syndra and Viego having to put in, Viego and Kai'Sa having to put in too much work to kill that Ezreal.
Now you're sitting here as RAWR. Do you say pull them in again? You have TP on Syndra. You have TP on Set. You could just end the game.
I mean, you have to just go down mid. TP was used, or TP hasn't been used. Set still has TP, so you do actually have to shove out these waves. And you gotta hope that he doesn't take anything.
We do have 3 items completed now on the Syndra. 4 items completed on the Kai'Sa. 2 items completed on the Lux. 2 items completed on Viego. 3 items completed on Set. And now we're looking for Zhonya's on the Gragas. We're looking for... I'm going to assume Cryptbloom as something tries to break out here, just contesting over Raptor Camp. And you're looking for Warmogs completed on your Rel.
W is going to connect onto the Rel. It's not really going to matter. The stun landing on the Ezreal. Ezreal didn't take any damage from that Syndra stun.
0.
That's pretty fun.
Syndra's a strong champ, guys. Oh, that Ezreal R.
Too much damage.
That's been nerfed, buffed, and nerfed again. And it still does that much damage.
It's going to get buffed again because our club child is Ezreal. To be fair, very exciting champion to watch. I don't mind him being in the middle.
Gragas dashes over the wall, just gets straight into picked.
Maybe not. Maybe he can find his way out.
Zhonya's does save his life. Rel goes in.
Rel does connect. Kai'Sa having to Zhonya's out of the way. The Lux falls to the...
Viego might be dead here as well. Viego's just dead. Ezreal still has yet to be touched.
Full left with a flash forward, hitting Qs on Qs on Qs. The R is gonna come out. It's gonna field goal, but it's a zoning ult set.
But look at the set. Look at the set.
In the game, he's gonna see it spotted on a ward.
Ezreal pinging Nash. If they pull this off, they get the Nash here. It might just be GG.
I mean, they're gonna have to do it quick.
We are watching a 4v5. And this Ezreal being the most aggressive Ezreal we've seen.
I mean, he should be backing an almost full build at this point. I mean,
he is sitting on 17k. 1,700.
Yeah, I mean...
So he gets a component. Gragas completes his Cosmic Drive. Ari still sitting on that Blighting Jewel. The Syndra has completed to 4 items now. Set still waiting to finish Thornmail, and
I mean, on the other hand, Riot, objective bounties, this is a 27 kill game.
but it's even.
This
It's
is a 17, sorry, not 27. It is a 17 deficit game. This should not be even.
It shows the power of an objective bounty.
Riot!
They did get a shutdown on the Ezreal at one point too, so
Rats.
Syndra looking to combo up Gragas again, but I mean, is that really worth your R, Syndra?
The R is gone. The stun comes out. She's not going to die for it, but the R is out. I mean, it's on a Lux-based cooldown, so it'll be back by next fight unless it's to be careful. But Gragas not having the tankiness that he had last game is kind of a mistake.
And the inhib is respawning. It is respawned. So any split push potential they had to just try to end the game by bringing him into a fight. Gragas takes no damage. If you're dropping point here, you're saying, hey, let's fight.
I mean, honestly, just shove it down mid. Let them take that soul point and just go. Why fight? Force them off dragon. Make them come to you.
I think it's no team wipe. I think this Ezreal just 1v9s.
Let's see, dragons have been on the 6. They're not going to contest it. I mean, they're posturing in a real world way. Gragas is going to find his way out, and he's going to get stunned up once again.
And then
Ezreal
set
is gonna
W
get
goes
stunned
wide.
as well. Set, half health. Root is
Ari
gonna
gets
connect.
charmed.
Ari
I mean,
is
rooted.
Not going to take any damage.
Rel eats the W, so no Kaisa R can follow on to the Ari. Ari W connects on to, I mean, Kaisa W connects onto the Ezreal. Does a little bit of damage. I think we're looking to try to complete Death Cap here for the Kaisa, and I think she has the gold for it in base. So Kaisa now reaching 6 items. There it is. There's the Death Cap. That W is going to hurt.
Yeah, there's a lot of AP. I mean, even the Nash's Tooth auto attacks are going to hurt.
Then you also have the Sterak's now being completed for Viego.
I mean, the only person with any form of magic resist was the Volibear. Gragas doesn't have any. Rel doesn't have any.
Now it just comes down to, can you kill Coda? Game has gone on to almost 40 minutes. Gold doesn't matter. Well, it does matter a little bit. Items are slowly getting to the point where it won't matter. It all comes down to just how well you can fight.
I mean, losing an extra member here, even if he joins back, I don't think it'll matter.
That Volibear will just be one shot.
The Flash isn't a gum off from the Cinder. The Charm is going to connect onto the Lux, but Ari not able to move anything that is going to be Flash for Ari ult. I mean, that'll be back in the next 15 seconds.
Being annoying, using that stun, pushing everybody away. Lux ult comes down, clears the wave. Keeping dropping point in their base.
Yeah. Oh, fuck.
This Ezreal Q is an auto attack.
Yeah.
Another stun coming up on the Gragas. W connects.
Gosh,
Maybe another one? Ah. R comes down to clear bot wave. They are just holding the line. Ezreal goes wide again. Ari looking to go in a big charm onto Syndra.
Syndra is going to fall. The ult is going to come out, but it's not going to be enough.
Relq misses on the Kaisa, but it might not matter. Ari looking.
Ari,
Aw.
I mean, all stopping. I mean, Syndra getting caught out again, bringing this fight to a 4v4. That's not where you want to be if you're RAWR. A 4v4 is just a complete lost fight. A 5v4 just seems to be a lost fight. Kaisa having to waste her ult there. Ezreal just doing Ezreal things. Level 18.
Now 6 levels up on his AFK jungler.
Yeah. Again, he's just waiting in base, waiting to complete that item. You know how it is sometimes. Solo queue can get a little bit hard to play. Uh, Clear and vision in blue side. Simple enough. Baron is up in the next.
I think this Baron fight is really difficult if you're playing as RAWR because you can just get poked from over the wall.
Yeah.
Even if your DP rate here, I mean, you're kind of saying it's okay. DP coming out from Gragas onto the mid wave. RAWR just looking to start it up right away. Ezreal doing a lot of damage to Kaisa. But again, you're just being pulled away. You have to fight.
Viego having to use his ultimate to get out. The R displacement from the Gragas is going to land. Lux is going to fall to the Ezra. Coda continuing his slaughter spree. Flash coming out from the Kaisa. Kaisa can't die. 16-2 for Coda. Set looking to end the game again. Gragas does get his back off. Set not being able to fight the Gragas and all these other times. We're going to see if he's going to be able to do so now.
Big damage from Syndra.
Flash having to come out. The W does connect, or not the W, but the R. W is going to connect onto the Ezreal. Ezreal looking to win the fight himself. The buffer coming out from the Ezreal. Ezreal looking to dodge a stun. The stun not being dodged. Set is
Eric's too tanky.
Set just might find the solo kill into the Gragas and end the game himself.
Holy! Mathematically correct set.
I think it's time to bring out the jug. 1,000 true damage. It all comes full circle.
But it's time. RAWR, even with the 4v5, even with that Ezreal being so strong, they fought back.
And just like that, RAWR is going to take the miracle that they got and claim the game and move it on to game 3. Coda doing everything he humanly possibly can
to win that game.
I mean, 17-3 is going to hold the KDA leaderboard for the next 7 weeks. I don't know.
53k damage. Like, this Ezreal was strong. And you now have to wonder, as RAWR, as DP, what would have happened if your jungler didn't DC?
I mean, I think if the jungler doesn't DC, that game's just hard over. I don't believe that's even a close comparison.
But now as RAWR, you get the lifeline. You get that. I get to play the game now. Like, we have a game 3.
We do get a game 3. Now,
and is there a sub?
It's hard to say that RAWR would have won that game. Too many mistakes. They wouldn't have won that game. It's not even a contested question. They would not have won that game.
Yep. So it'll be the bans are matched now. So you will have first 2 bans in the first phase for both teams. Gone.
Yeah, I mean.
Now the real question is, did Caden save any channel points, or is that guy broke
did
again?
Not bet. If I did bet, I would have been broke and I would have lost DP issues.
Let me guess, game 3.
I do believe the rules for E-subs is, an E-sub can be used at any time. You do lose
Yep.
2 points for it.
In the first round.
In the first round, you get, 3 E-subs a split?
Yep.
Okay. See, look, I understand the rule book, and I haven't even read it.
Because we had to tell you.
That's true.
I mean, if you're going into this. Okay.
All right, so while we wait for emergency sub validation for a new player to join the game, we are going to take a little bit of break. I do not know how long. It might be a little bit. It might not. We might see you very soon for Game 3. Thank you for joining us, and I'm excited to see how this series goes through.
But you'll be there, ready to rescue me if I go out of track. You can get away with it, 'cause you make me love my imperfections, answer all my questions, just to show me what's on the other side of inhibition. No apologies, my baby. I do it all 'cause I'm feeling so good. Sitting lonely in my room again, trying to find the words to say, but nothing comes out. I am looking for the better days, seem like they just stay away whenever I try. There's so many things that I keep in my mind. My friends keep me out and it hurts every time. With all the emotions I built up inside, oh why can't I? Will someone look for me if I disappear? No matter how much that I scream, nobody hears. But I see the light from far away, it's down the line. Maybe I should not give up without a fight, 'cause there will be a time. Oh, 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 oh. There will be a time. Oh, 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 oh. There will be a time.
Hello, everybody. We are back. DP has elected to choose red side, and they have an E sub now for their jungler. There's an emergency outside of his house. That's why he defeat. So we shall see how that changes. By the looks of things, looking at the eSubs OP.GG, they are a primarily Kayn player, but in customs they play like the standard stuff: Sejuani, Xin Zhao, Viego, Nocturne. I'm hoping that they have an AP champ in their arsenal as well, because those are always fun to watch. Yeah, so and now the bans will be exactly the same. Both teams lose first 2 bans in first round. So we'll see how that changes up the landscape of the draft. Probably won't change too much. I do believe that they are just going to look for that Kai'Sa again, round 1, pick 1 on blue side, and they will probably still answer with Gragas Ezreal. Coda's Ezreal, nothing to be scoffed at, I guess we should be saying now. He almost single-handedly brought back the 4v5, and it was insane to watch. If you missed game 2, that's a shame.
Yeah, missing the game, that honest master class of an Ezreal performance. I mean, you have to ban it. You can't give that to him anymore. If you do, you lose.
Yeah, I mean, it just comes down to it. Like, this Ezreal has been a problem in both games. Both games, Ezreal's been a problem. Both games, Ezreal's been very, very strong. As we're waiting for the teams to fully confirm their lineups in draft, they are almost ready to start. By the looks of things, we're having a swap. I believe. If I could go look back at it, I would love to, but I don't remember fully. The ADC for RAWR. Wait, what's happening?
The emergency sub is not here.
For Dragon,
Yeah,
they
but
are here.
the emergency sub for RAWR is not here. Is he? Oh, he's
So
their real mid laner.
he's their real mid laner.
So Vastel
No,
or
Zench's was. Zench's
Zen
was.
it's only a one trick.
So do you now not?
Now you have they have all the
Yeah.
banners.
Ezreal has been banned. It's something we've loved to see.
Yeah.
At least it's now banned. RAWR has all bans. RAWR, for the first time in this series, will be able to ban 5 champions. And for the first time in this series, DP will not be able to ban the first 2 bans. Macro Beast has now entered. And he is a Swain player by the looks of things. Rel now gets banned. And so you have to just think here for DP, what is your one ban now? Do you ban the Kai'Sa so you don't have the trade?
Sorry, I read Twitch chat. It's my bad. I mean, I guess you have to ban the Kai'Sa. I mean, if you don't, I mean, Kai'Sa might just be the scary player on the team. I mean,
Casters didn't want me on the desk. We would have taken him.
he would have taken you.
Probably better that you play, but we would have taken you. The Kayn ban, the respect to the Hyper Dragon, Nautilus gets banned. They still are prioing that Nautilus ban. So do you just lock in the Kai'Sa here? Again, the Kai'Sa has been working. The Kai'Sa is strong.
Yeah. The Nautilus ban is quite wild.
And we get a first pick Jhin, little change up in the draft for RAWR. Now we're seeing a Kai'Sa hover on the side of DP. I would love to see Koda's hands on the Kaisa at this point. Jin is a very, very strong champion. It is hard to play
I
Kaisa into Jin.
want to see the Lucian mid or the Aurora mid.
Smolder. The Smolder has been picked. Buckle up, everybody. We're here for 30.
Oh, baby, I'm not going to bed now.
Gragas is now being hovered again. I will say that Gragas, last game, very, very strong, very, very good. So, not surprised that they go towards it. Spear Queen is looking at the Nidalee again.
It is up. I mean, it's gonna again another hard game to play.
I think it's a lot. I think the Nidalee isn't bad here because of the poke that you have from Jin, the range. We are starting to get an adaptive. We don't have that Kaisa here that limits our range. We will be able to just play poke.
But see
Lilia.
now that you picked the Lilia, now you deny them their Braum. They pick the Nidalee, the Braum comes out.
And Leona. Leona, first time picked in this series. Been banned most of the time by DP.
The
Braum is a good answer into Leona.
You could just play Renata.
At Ronaldo Smolder, you're asking to lose. So Braum, I like it. It's Braum or Alistar. I prefer the Braum here. Much better into Leona, much better into Jin. And it's gonna be locked in. Now, as DP, what are we looking to ban here? Probably topside. We'll probably ban the Ornn again. Maybe we look towards banning a mid laner, new mid. So, but they're gonna stick to that Ornn ban. Xin Zhao being banned out from the jungler. Maybe this Gragas could go jungle. Who knows? We have a new jungler in. I will say, I feel like jungle Gragas is kind of weaker than top lane Gragas, but it's okay.
To go through our second set of bans, we see the Ornn ban does come through. I don't think you actually have to ban the Ornn since you have the Braum on your side of things. But whatever. Olaf always a fun pick.
Olaf being banned. So I like it. And now we are looking towards what is RAWR going to ban in the last slot. But do they ban on another jungler and make it a triple ban on the jungler? They do. So there goes the Viego. Viego been prioed on both sides. Jarvan being hovered now by DP. Probably just defaults to Sejuani, I would assume. But that's my thing. That's my opinion. I think Sejuani, Braum, Gragas are pretty good. I do think that it's going to be a little bit difficult for the RAR side to get through the front line because you are only playing with a Jin. So Hecarim gets locked in. Very hard to play Jin in a Hecarim. Every single time you look to press R, that Hecarim will ult towards you. Very strong. I think Hecarim is a good champion.
I actually completely disagree with you. I think Hecarim is the worst jungler in the game. This champion is piss useless.
We are seeing a Kaisa mid. I think. Could be wrong. Could be Jin mid. I highly doubt it. I think it's Kaisa mid. I wonder if they've thought about the Smolder flex here. They could flex it. They don't have to lock in a traditional mid laner here. But they are going to opt into Brand, which also could be played in the bot lane. So we fully don't know yet where everything is going. I would say from early predictions, I'd say it's Brand mid, Braum support, Smolder ADC, Hecarim jungle, Gragas top, and I would say it's probably Volibear top, Lilia jungle, Kaisa mid, Jin and Leona in the bot lane. How do you feel about these two comps, Game?
Yeah, so it's 10:30 at night, and you can definitely tell that it's 10:30 at night. That's all I can really say about it. It's a little wacky. It's a little scuffed.
Who do you prefer?
RAWR. I don't like Hecarim. I think Hecarim's a useless champion.
I think that your damage is lacking on the side of RAR.
Like if you want the ultimate to come out for the what's it called?
The Jin.
No,
Oh.
the fear. Just play, or you want that AoE fear, just play Fiddlesticks. Still broken. You want, or if you want heavy gank potential, there's you can play, if you want that speed and gank, you can play Udyr. He's broken. I just think Hecarim has much higher replacements than Hecarim.
I will say,
And also, the last time I faced a Hecarim in the game, I was 22-3. He was 20-5, and he was useless, and I wasn't.
this should be very interesting to say the least. I wonder if this Volibear is gonna go the Roa, what's that item called? Navori Quick Blades. I couldn't say the word. That build, or if he's just going to opt more on the Drain Tank, which is Unending Despair and all that kind of stuff. You do also have to be careful of Brand Smolder late game, because Brand just hits R, Smolder hits you with 1Q, and the execute is applied to everybody.
Burn.
So you burn, you execute, and you die. But on the side of RAR, you have a lot of upfront damage, a lot of single target damage, and let's just hope you're not TSM so that Lilia doesn't put 9 people to sleep. So
You never know. North America, TSM, they go hand in hand. Your last name is Reggie, you might just do it. Oh.
So I think this is going to be a very fun draft to watch. I think it's going to be very scrappy. I think this game is going to really be dictated by the Smolder and the Brand and the Kaisa and the Jin. But this Lilia could cause a lot of problems. We are seeing horse versus horse in the jungle.
And one horse is miles better than the other.
One horse burns, one horse kind of runs at you funny. We do see the Leona. I will say it's very, very nullified by the Braum. I feel like Braum is just such a strong pick into Leona. Again, 1Q, same kind of thing as the Ezreal, just less upfront damage. You can just proc that stun very, very fast as Smolder Braum. You just Q, auto, Swelter Qs and autos, and you are stunned. I will say it's a lot less damage, though. It is a Jin mid. We are seeing Jin mid versus Brand.
Macro Beast comes in after being gone the whole night and picks a wacky champion.
I was hopefully wanting to see the Swain, but Jin works too. Jin is awesome.
Love to see it.
Yeah, no, this should be very mobile mid laner into a Hecarim. I will say that. Like Kaisa at least has some speed in her E.
Well,
Jin does not. It should be interesting. And we will head to break. We will see you guys in the game. Thank you for all coming out. everybody? Welcome back. Caden is currently MIA at this exact moment, so it'll just be me. We are looking at a Jin mid with TP and a Brand with Ghost. We have press the attack on Volibear, Conqueror on Lilia, Fleet Footwork on Jin, and press the attack on your Kaisa. It looks like Braum is running into the red side to try to into the red buff side, so we can try to get a ward and or spot people. We are looking at Aftershock Leona, Grasp on the Gragas, ward being placed on the Raptor camp a little early, but that's okay. Should still spot the Lilia out. We have Phase Rush on the Hecarim. We have Arcane Comet on the Brand, and we also have Fleet Footwork and Guardian for the bot lane of DP.
All right. I'm alive.
And Kaden is what managed to come back. Don't know where he went. And now we are looking at a Bush Cheese level 1, which will work if the Q from Braum lands. If you are RAWR, you have to be thinking that most likely they're sitting somewhere in this bush. Smolder reveals it, starts autoing the first minion, maybe trying to start a push early. And Braum Q lands. So we are here to. Oh, Braum Q goes wide. They are looking to trade heavily onto this Leona, try to get this smaller stack early. Lilia just did red buff and is instantly down in the bot side. She is looking to take red buff, go Gromp, and take his blue buff. Does Hecarim spot it out at all? Probably not. And he will end up coming down, and he'll be very angry that his bot side is very much gone. And we have early trades into mid. It looks like the Brand is just winning out on them with W and E. Or W and E. And Volibear has to push it into off lane because of his passive. Jin just gets the root off here. Good auto attack in there. If he flash 4-shot, he gets a kill. First blood going over to Jin. Not enough respect out of the Brand respecting that 4-shot.
That is the one trick Jin knowledge coming out of my fellow co-caster right there. I did not know that would have killed.
And it looks like the Lilia has found the Hecarim. Leona flashes in, stuns Hecarim, ignites. Lilia might get the kill here, might because of burn. Red buff not strong enough. Lilia burn is stronger. It does look like they are gonna get punished though for this overstep. Brand does pick up a kill here. Kaisa passive is one auto attack away from Smolder. Gets the hit. If she flash auto Qs, she does kill. Braum shield is down. Smolder does get out, and it looks like Braum might die for it. Flash is too late. The E connected, so it does pull it off. What an exciting early game we have now. Seeing the fact and each way has been different. We do have both summoners gone from the bot lane of Dropping Point, and Kaisa saves both sums. Flash does go down onto the Lilia. Hecarim looking to invade this blue buff here. Level up, might just have to concede it. Hecarim does not have smite though, so he just came, said hi, and walked away. Yeah. I will say that I'm pretty certain the blue buff was stolen by the Lilia. Maybe. Don't fully remember. Don't fully know, so maybe not. I'm pretty certain it was. And so that means Hecarim is down just a blue buff. Leona tries to look for a roam onto the mid lane, just on a roam timer. Hecarim's right behind, so it should be fine. Brand has double buffs, Lilia has a blue buff, and Hecarim has no buffs.
Yeah, and they're posturing for Dragon.
Lilia is ganking mid. The root does come through. No W out of the Lilia. Jin is looking. He should just turn onto the Hecarim. Leona just dives right in onto the Smolder.
Down, the autos are coming through. Smolder getting his stacks. Leona armor not going to save her. She takes down to one more. Smolder gets a kill. Kaisa trying to salvage it. The mid lane's looking in shambles. Hecarim and Brand both in very big danger of being killed by the Jin. Lilia did fall in that gank. Smolder and Brand and Braum could maybe look for something here, maybe something small, not a lot of damage. If that stun can connect, then it could be a dive opportunity. Jin is going to claim some some plates, and we're gonna see our normal trades once again. Kaisa is dipping down. The more and more these trades keep going, the stronger and stronger Smolder gets, and it gets really annoying. Uh, but again, we're seeing the Gragas in the top lane once more. This time it's a Volibear. Volibear getting the shield proc. The ult is
Curtain
gonna come
call.
out,
Curtain
and
call hits.
he hits both those. Curtain call, bring on the crescendo, play the finishing band, and send him right back to the fountain.
Where's that guy with the
Jhin-
piano on TikTok as
Yeah.
playing Jin?
yeah. With that, I mean, 2-0 to the Leona Q is going, or the Leona E is going to connect. The Ignite is going to go out onto the Braum. The Braum passive is going to go out. And the Smolder is going to E out perfectly fine. Not a worry in the world. There's going to be Ignite down for the Leona. We're going to see some trading. Another huge ult, 2 ults coming out from the top wave. Looking to try to get that Volibear under the turret. Kaisa is looking to be in a dangerous situation. The Hecarim is looking for a gank here.
It looks like RAWR's starting up Dragon, even with this low amount of HP.
Going over the wall, Smolder, the flash coming out from Kaisa. Kaisa can't join the rest of the fight. Lilia is also in danger of being killed here. Leona is going to take down. The stun's coming out, and Hecarim and Smolder both claiming a kill of their own. Smolder now 2-0 in this bot lane. Hecarim claiming a kill of his own. Looks like they're going to take the first Ocean Drag. As this whole series, I believe they have had
Every
first dragon.
I mean, it's just the power of the Braum again. We're picking on Grubs here out of the RAWR side. It does look like DP pinged off of it, so they might not be looking to contest it.
As Volibear is just going to claim some plates here. Grubs are up. Both junglers posturing. Scryer's Bloom is going to point them out. Jhin having a surprisingly amount of prio. Completing that, grabbing that BF sword is a very dangerous thing from what I've known playing against and with a Jhin for most of my time playing this video game. Very large power spike. The Grub fight is going to go on. The Q is going to land. The ultimate's going to come out. No fear just yet. You're going to have to flash on the Lilia. Lilia missing all of her abilities. The bowling ball going wide. Hecarim pulling the Volibear back. Curtain call is coming out. It's going to connect onto the brand. They're going to have to cancel the curtain call. The Q is, or the E is going to land off of the Lilia. And from that, it looks like DP are going to find themselves a Grubs. No kills on either side, but only objectives. The Leona E is going to miss onto the Smolder. And the Braum projectile is going to miss as well. This Jhin mid is doing a whole lot more work than I thought it would. But
Smolder has eclipsed the 25 stack mark, so it does do some splash damage now onto the backline. He is looking towards the Essence Reaver, I'd say first. Could be wrong though. I saw Smolder build IE into me, so I don't know the build anymore.
I think with the recent nerfs to Static Shiv and to Kraken Slayer, I think you just rush Essence Reaver.
Well, he never built those two items, so it's fine.
Did he? Yeah, see, this is my ADC knowledge. I'm awful. The stun is going to land. The Smolder Q is going to also land. The stacks are going to continue building as he's hitting his W's pretty well on the others on blue side. We might see.
Mom was called. Volibear could be in a little bit of danger.
Hecarim approaching, looking to find the displacement. The ult coming out. The ult bringing him back in and out, and just like that, Volibear is going to fall maybe to the Hecarim. Hecarim is going to try to take the kill. Gragas is going to try to give up the kill. Too much healing on the side, and Gragas is going to have to claim that kill. Honestly, not too bad of a decision. It doesn't truly matter. Wasting a little bit more time than I think DP hoped for. But Smolder is going to find himself 2 plates, and Gragas is going to find himself a plate in the.
Polish is broken.
Yeah.
Smolder opting just to auto those last 3 minions is interesting in my eyes. I feel like he could have just waited a half a second and queued it and got 3 stacks, but that's okay. He got 2.
I think he was worried about the Leona going in on him and wanted to save his E for the reaction.
Gragas gets another tower plate, by the way.
He's gonna be able to run away from the Lilia. Lilia, I
Yeah.
don't believe is actually gonna be able to do anything, even if she
Puts him to
tries
sleep.
sleep. The sleep isn't gonna come out, but the slow might buy enough time. I don't think he will.
Is it
die.
time to go to bed?
The
It is
burn
not.
taking down Fairy Dust doing quite a lot of work, but the Gragas passive to stop it. It did waste time, so Volibear will be able to get this wave crashed in. Leona clearing vision. Leona not taking much damage from the Hecarim. There's a collapse. The stun comes from the Jhin. Leona, he lands Q. The ultimate comes out. Leona claiming the kill. Be able to get out.
Smolder.
And
Kaisa is deep.
By herself. Jhin weaving in
As much damage as he can. Smolder might die. Smolder lives. Coda lives.
The flash comes out from the brand. Jhin looking for a forward shot.
One stun, one stun, one stun.
One more auto attack. He can't find it. He sidesteps the Q, finds it. Maybe he can find himself another set of kills. And maybe just a W.
Maybe a W? Oh, they're all so low. No curtain call available. And Mom being called to clear the wave and maybe try to stop Leona's back there, but it was just too slow. So now looking at it, this Smolder is now fed. He is strong. He is accelerated, and that is one thing you never want to see. Jhin looking like he's going to get picked here. No flash.
Jhin looking, creep blocking perfectly fine. Not going to get pushed back into the team. The root is going to land. Hecarim losing half his health for that play. Is in sort of a danger, having just come off of the back, but will be able to heal off his camps just fine. So now that we're in a more stable set game, with Smolder being up 20 CS, up 2 kills, Essence Reaver completed, the Cole almost completed.
75 stacks. He has 75 stacks on Smolder. I mean, at this point, like, you have to think to yourself, this Smolder is now fed.
Yeah, it's definitely a big worry, but Coda has been fed in every single game. Coda has been put it on a masterclass in this ADC role. Definitely not one to scoff at, especially in this game, or especially in this league in general. Coda has definitely proved himself over time. We can see
Hecarim gets stunned.
The Unstoppable comes out. Hecarim dipping down, coming out. The Leona Q is going to hit. The Drowsy 2-man sleep coming out. Lilia being able to help the Kaisa claim out the Braum. Brand being stuck out, and we got a topside fight. We see the W coming out from the Gragas having to run away. The Brand being caught out in the back line. Leona going to try.
Leona looking.
Not sure if
Leona
hits. And the blind EQ. Maybe Brand can trade a 1-for-1.
It was 1-for-1.
Kaisa is going
looking for the Smolder.
Did hit the Smolder. Maybe might look for the W. He
flashes forward.
Coming out. The Mom comes out to shut down for the Smolder.
Holy.
The Essence Reaver autos are too strong.
I mean, now you just look at yourself and you say, man, if only this early game was... Like, this is picture perfect for a Smolder player. He's at 101 stacks, almost at his second evolve already. Like...
My nose is bleeding.
How do you slow this Smolder down now? He has the cleanse. He'll have flash soon. His ult heals them. He has 105 stacks. Like, it's almost impossible. But you do see the IE come out for Jhin. We do see the Kraken Slayer on Kaisa. Now we see Liandry's on the Lilia. We do see RAWR coming in for this Volibear. No item yet completed for Gragas, looking to buy Fimbulwinter first. We have Eclipse built on the Hecarim. We have Rallies on the Brand, and we have Essence Reaver and Sheen now completed for the Smolder, looking to buy Triforce. And we have plated steel caps for the Braum.
We're going to see a Hecarim game coming in, looking to just maybe try to get the ultimate out of him, the stun coming through, the shield, being able to trade a little bit more. Hecarim's health is dwindling pretty fast. The ult isn't going to come out, almost it's completely having a flash bite. Hecarim falls down to the Volibear. It looks like the Gragas, no mana, is going to fall as well. The bowling ball does not seem to hit. The channel comes out, maybe to get that little extra damage. Volibear is going to see if he can keep going, taking the tower a little bit more. Lilia trying to find her way. The stun coming out. Lilia dies.
And it's a 2-for-1. And do you have, like, is that worth it?
I mean, the tower goes to Volibear, and with the Hecarim dead and the top side cleared out already, I don't think it
Maybe
really
on the
matters.
smolder.
He goes onto the smolder, but it's not going to matter. The stun comes out from the Braum, taking a lot of damage from the smolder. Volibear is going to have to back. Hecarim is going to get a kill here.
It's a shutdown too. Not a shutdown. Not a shutdown.
Might as well be 350 gold. But I mean, that whole play is completely the overstay from the Volibear means that whole play was all for naught. Just like
I'm
that.
looking to advance here. Smolder just hit 125 stacks, so he is 100 stacks off of his thing. Smolder flies forward, gets chained into the Leona E, presses cleanse. Kaisa hits R. Braum does find the stun. Jin finds the 4-shot of the curtain call.
And this Jin's doing a whole lot. I mean, rushing IE on this Jin is proving very worth. A lot of upfront AD, especially the way you want to play Jin right now, is with that ultimate. You're not going to get a lot of auto attacks in, so might as well make each and every single auto attack that you have as strong as possible.
This Kaisa is now 4-1. The Smolder is 4-1. It is even in the bot lane. Smolder does still have a gold lead because of Cull and the plates and CS advantage. So, not bad. Jin does have a 20 CS lead onto the Brand, but Hecarim has a 20 CS lead on the Lilia. And there is a 10 CS difference in the top lane that probably just gets nullified on this next wave. Lilia down bot side.
Volibear finding himself having to run away from the Gragas, being able to get in and out just fine, not being spotted by red side. TPing in, maybe looking to find a tower dive onto the Smolder. Smolder trying to get the Qs. Leona, he's going to be up soon. The stun trying to come out to maybe get a little bit extra damage. Stun does fine. Volibear maybe looking for a dive here, but they need to get that wave in. Volibear is going to find himself caught. The Unstoppable is coming out. The stun from the Braum is going to come out. The Leona is going to be able to ult. The mom is
living.
Volibear is just dead. There goes Leona as well. And it looks like it's just going to be a 3-4-0 on the side of DP and a little bit of an overstep onto the side of RAWR, not being able to get that wave crashed in time in order to make the dive actually worth it. Volibear ended up getting caught. Jin finding himself in a rough area, might find himself, but he gets pushed against the wall, the damage coming out. Rooted, the 4th shot coming in, the curtain call, maybe trying to find a kill. The Gragas ulting the Jin away from the tower, maybe can look to finish this kill. No, but the damage from the tower is going to come in, and Jin isn't able to trade it. But on the other side of the map, the Kaisa is going to be able to trade a 1-for-1 under the tower. It's going to go to shutdown to the Smolder, but the Kaisa is also going to get something from it. And the tower is going to fall, and it is chaos all around the map.
So now that we have a second to stop and talk, what do we think right now? Who has the advantage?
I mean, DP is just able to take over this overstepping. I mean, the Gragas running under the turret for a couple other shots. I don't think he didn't die for it and got the Jin killed for it. And then the overstep to try to dive the bot lane, but the quick answering from the Brand. And I mean, I think the hyper carries on the side of DP are just so strong. The Smolder is 6-1-5, and the Brand is 5-3. I don't believe there's anything anybody can do.
How many stacks do you think this Smolder has? Without looking,
I can't actually look because I'm going off of a Discord stream. He's probably sitting around 170, 175 right now.
He is at 175 stacks.
Look at me
at
go.
19 minutes into this game.
Look at me go. I am.
If only my solo queue Smolders did this every game.
You are the solo queue Smolder.
No.
But Gragas, a little kerfuffle with Volibear. Volibear getting a shield makes it impossible to trade with him. It's like trading with the Yone. Never gonna win. Leona taking a lot of
damage.
So it looks like she's gonna fall. The cleanse is gonna come out. The W is going to miss. The Braum shield is gonna come out to stop him. It looks like the Lily is gonna fall to the Smolder as well. Smolder with a double kill. Brand popping the ult, gonna kill the Kaisa and the Jin burning away. The Rylai is going in. The Arcane Comet. The Q just missing the slope from the charge is gonna come out, but yeah, just can't seem to connect. And that's going to be another 3-for-0 on the side of RAWR. Going to try to turn into a Baron immediately. Volibear, half health, going straight, just barely catching the edge of that shield. Shield's going to dip away now. A lot of damage coming out from this Gragas. Gragas is going to look to find a solo kill here while his team does Baron. There's nothing much that can be done. The little bit of damage coming, the little bit of shield can't save the Volibear.
Oh!
Comes out, and it is a solo bolo, and that is another kill on the side of DP. DP wants to go to bed. DP wants to go home. And they're
He
gonna
says, we should have won last game. Coda says, I've had enough.
Kodo wants another. Kodo wants to be at the top of the KD8 projectiles. That's all. That's all he wants. We are 20 minutes into the game, and we have seen 32 kills. Warden, by the way.
But now you look at this Smolder. This Smolder has 205 stacks, 20 stacks away from execute. He will get that within the next 2 minutes, not even.
One more team fight and he has that. I mean, the amount of trading he's doing with the Leona is making sure that he is so accelerated that it's almost impossible for him to lose this game. And finishing this rapid fire cannon makes it almost impossible to touch him anyway.
And now we see Volibear with Navori. We see Jin with RFC. We see Kaisa finish Ginsu's. We see Leona finishing Warmogs. We see Abyssal Mask, Fimba Winter, and Warden's Mail finished for the Gragas. We see Shojin and Eclipse for the Hecarim. We have Rallies and Liandries for the Brand. We have Triforce, Essence Reaver, and RFC completed for the Smolder, and Locket for the Braum. Flash. Execute, I think I just heard it.
I just saw the execute proc. Kaisa
Yeah.
looking through Power Dove. Not much you can do. I mean, the stun's going to come out, and it's just like that. Simple as that. The root is going to come out, though. Hecarim will unstoppable his way out. He is going to get caught by a shot. Not going to be able to die. It looks like the Leona's going to burn away as well. And it just looks like this game is over. There's nothing that RAWR can do. I mean,
Smolder flying forward. He's just one-shotting the Jin.
It's Smolder. This whole team is just so unbelievably fed to other than the Hecarim, but that's Hecarim. Hecarim's useless.
Volibear looking like maybe there's something he can do here.
He's just all he can do is watch. All he can do is watch as the kingdom in front of him crumbles. The hope that the DC from the jungler to maybe push up to a game 3, but there's nothing more. The ult misses. The flash stun coming out to Coda. Coda flying away. The ignite coming down. Looks like Coda's gonna die, but the Kaiseks are going to claim the shutdown. Not sure how much the shutdown's going to do. Maybe the Kaisek can turn the fight. The passives are going to come out. Gragas is dipping down, trying to throw his Q, his barrel down.
And gets smited away from the Hex Gate.
Brand getting slowed, not being able to do anything. The slow's coming out from the Brand hitting the stun, the W coming out, the explosion going in. Leona looking to maybe find an angle, waiting for E to come back to maybe EQ, maybe find an extra kill, but they can't seem to find it.
Jin's here.
And Jin is going to be able to claim that shutdown. The E is going to connect onto the Braum. The W misses. Maybe they can claim the kill on the Braum. The 4-shot does go off. The stun goes off. Looks like Braum is going to fall, and it's going to be a kill. Another kill onto the side of the Jin. Jin is now 5-3. And pretty sure when he gets to base, he does get to finish that Lord Doms. Lord Danny's regard.
Oh, what a high-paced game, especially for having a Smolder, a Hecarim, a Gragas, a Brand. Like, you want items, but they are making sure that you don't, like, they're suffocating the entire map. We have Soul spawning in about a minute here.
I mean, I think this whole series, RAWR has only claimed 3 dragons.
I think this is it. I think this fight determines the game. I think it comes down to if you can get onto the Smolder or not, and I think it comes down to how well your Jin and Kaisa can play around this Leona stun.
Lilia might find herself caught out. The Airborne is going to come out. The stun might find a way. The slow comes out, and just like that, Lilia falls. Soul is going to go onto the side of DP. Nobody took any damage.
This Lilia failed. She couldn't use her R in the last fight. Now she got caught out before Dragon. You would think the Spear Queen, the Nidalee was left up.
I mean, I think after the first game, the confidence took a huge hit, and they just couldn't figure out what to do next. I mean, with Soul going to DP, I can't help but think that there's just nothing that RAWR can do. It doesn't matter. I mean, you see the clever little trap setup, but he's gonna be found. W coming out.
Jin been found. He's been spotted.
Gonna have to flash. Flash does come out, but he does get hit by the Airborne. It doesn't matter. The Smolder R is gonna come in. Maybe look for the Jin. Jin doesn't seem to have fallen just yet.
Tower is still taking tower.
doesn't matter to Gragas. Gragas just does all the damage, and here comes the Volibear. Volibear executed immediately, not a chance. Hextol has been claimed. The Lilia might just fall again. The Q does land.
It
The burn.
does the burn.
The W comes in. Are we going to see a Penta? We're not going to see a Penta.
Gragas takes the kill.
The
All
XC
is well in the world. And DP says it's time to go home. DP says this game should have been over. This series was ours.
DP.
Try again next week.
And just like that, coulda, shoulda, woulda won that game. And I mean, there's no words. I mean, it's just Coda's the.
Coda 13-2 and 939k damage. Coda says it was my game to lose last game. It was my game this entire series. I was here. I was ready to win.
Coda's just the GOAT. Coda is just the GOAT.
And with that, a 2-1 series to DP BlackFrost. And yeah, exciting series to say the least.
When it comes down to it, I mean, I don't think we need to discuss it or anything, but MVP is just Coda. I mean, this guy is just fucking nuts. Where did he come from?
And you have to think to yourself in the following weeks in Warden, we have to ban Coda.
Yeah. I mean, from there on out, I mean, if you're on the other side of on the other side of the rift to Coda, I mean, I don't know what you can do. You can just sit there and either take it or you just 3-ban him. I don't know what you do.
And you have to think. I mean, I gotta say that Jin mid did real well.
Yeah, I
Well-
mean, but it just came down to, I mean, it's hard to play mid when the rest of the team runs it.
By 20 minutes into the game, the Smolder had 225 stacks.
Yeah, I mean, that's what happens when you have 11 kills at 20 minutes as Smolder.
Well,
I mean, with that, I mean, I'm speechless. Coda with a masterclass of gameplay. I'm going to go ahead and thank you all for joining us to this late night 3-series match. We wish the best for DP's jungler, and I hope everything gets situated pretty soon. Thank you all for joining, and I'll see you next week.
We both know